Good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible to everyone. I welcome you all again to the 5-day virtual national level faculty development program. So, attending the sessions from past 2 days, and I thank all the participants who are regularly both on Zoom as well as on YouTube. So, let's not waste much of our time. This person, Professor Anil Joshi, sir. I welcome you, sir. Now, I would request Professor Priya to please introduce our guest and read his profile. Ma'am.
Thank you, Bilal, sir. A very warm good morning to all. I, Priya Vinesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, feel privileged to introduce the resource person of the first session of third day faculty development program, Professor Anil Kumar N. Joshi. Professor Anil Kumar is an enthusiastic teaching professional with over 22 years of vast experience. At the same time, sir is an expert in the field of psychology also. Let me explore few of his personal highlights. Excellent communication and presentation skills, ability to relate students on personal level, ability to share practical teaching experiences and examples, ability to work independently, passionate about the educational progress. Sir has done his master's degree in psychology from Carlox Teachers University, Gujarat, Master of Arts in Sociology from Bangalore University, Master of Science in Counseling Psychology from Bangalore University, Master of Arts in English from Vinayaka Mission University, Salem, Bachelor of Education from Government College of Teachers Education from Belgaum, Karnataka University. He has qualified the prestigious National Eligibility Test in Sociology in the year 2005. He is also awarded with the DLIT from Niti Aayog Government of India. Sir is presently pursuing his PhD in psychology from Sabarmati University, Gujarat. Now, let me give a briefing on the academic experiences of Sir. He has started his career as assistant master in high school as history faculty at Purnaprajna High School, Bangalore. Then he worked as assistant professor in Kaveri D.Ed and B.Ed College, Bangalore. Worked as principal in Pavitra Junior College, Bangalore. Worked as ICC and ISC faculty in St. John's High School, Bangalore. He's presently working as principal at United PU and Degree College at Pillana Garden, Nagwara, Bangalore. He's a member of International Institute of Medical Science and Technology Council. He holds the position of Secretary, Sai Vidya Foundation. He is also serving as Academic Director, Diamond Group of Institutions. Sir has so many awards and honors in his credit. Let us explore few of them. Guru Vandana Puraskara from Karnataka State Lawyers Association in 2016. Pratibha Ratna Award from Karnataka Rajya Teachers Association in 2016. Bapu Seva Rathan from Karnataka State Madhyamik Shikshak Sangha in 2016. Best Social Service Award in 2018. Shikshana Seva Ratna from Karnataka Rajya Shikshana Abhivruddhi Sangha in 2016. Vijay International Award in 2016. Samskrita Poshaka Ratna from Karnataka Rajya Shikshana Abhivruddhi Sangha in 2016. Yuvakara Asha Kiran Award from BMTC Employees and Welfare Association in 2016. So by this, you will get an idea about sir. Really, he is such a knowledgeable person, and he is a rare combination of teacher as well as psychologist. So really, we need this combination, sir. We hope that the session will help us to become better human beings and will motivate us to impart human values to our students' community as well. We welcome you to the session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful welcome of the guest. Now I request Professor Anil Kumar sir to take over this session. So please.
Professor Bilal, I supposed to share my PPT.
Yes, sir. I have made you the co-host. You
Okay.
can share your PPT, sir.
Okay. Professor Bilal, is it showable? Hello?
Sir, it's visible.
Yes, visible. Very good morning to one and all. Respected the Chief Patron of the System Institute, great honorable, wonderful personality of the state and nation, Sri Yuta, Mr. CM Ibrahim Ji. And there are great other personalities and wonderful chairperson of this institute. CM, Mr. CM Faiz Mohammed, Director of HKBK Degree College. And one more dynamic and wonderful administrator and secretary, Mr. Manjeer A. Khan, the Secretary of Group of HKBK. And the dynamic principal and the wonderful administrator, Dr. Basuvaraj, the principal of HKBK Degree College, and Dr. Tabsumji, the principal of wonderful and dynamic administrator and college, engineering college, and Professor Kalikunesa, who is the in charge and the patron of this wonderful organizing committee, and Professor Syed Bilal, and who has initiated and made a lot of effort for this wonderful training program, and also organizing committee and the coordinator and all the professors of HKBK College, including engineering college and the degree college, and also other associate, assistant professor and non-teaching staff and wonderful students of this college. And also there are many professors, principals have attended this program, even many great aspirants of humanitarian. So today there is a best the platform which has been created by HKBK College. This is what missing in the life. This is what missing in the world. This is what missing in the contemporary world, my dear professors and students. The concept itself saying that, the 5 days, the teachers development program, the faculty development program. So we have seen enough programs in India and globally. The all programs belongs to where in the technical aspects, global aspects, marketing aspects. There are a number of things, but humanitarian aspects. There are few colleges and few institutions were initiated and taken a responsibility to inculcate. There are so many values where in the teaching community, even students community and parents community needed now. Whatever we are, maybe technically we are very strong, politically we are very strong, socially we are very strong, but without values, there is no life at all. For example, we the faculty of any other department, maybe commerce, maybe computer science, maybe mathematics, maybe statistics, maybe an engineering faculty, but without understanding of these all the values, we cannot connect to people and students' mind. So everything based on personality perspectives, and also we need to connect. That is what the preparations of mind, the preparations of situations, the preparations of circumstances, the preparation of classroom situations, the preparation of the one other each other. So that's why the concept itself is saying in this beautiful program, there is understanding harmony in the family and the society, and also harmony in the human relationship. Relationship is taking a vital role in the world. Whatever we are in position, without a relationship, if you define a relationship, there is no pages. N number of pages we may connect. Relationship in husband and wife, relationship in students and teachers, relationship in grahaka mattu vyapari, customer and businessman, relationship in our own society, where in the neighbor, relationship in our existing world, as well as society. So n number of accountability we can take. So that's why understanding harmony. Where is a wonderful relationship, there is a beautiful thought is going to synchronized, that is harmony, integrity, love and affections. There are so many things are there. So without harmony, integrity, love and affections, the cognitive level understanding of the human beings, there is no development at all. That's why understanding harmony in the family, right, society. The family is the first and primary unit of our own existing world. Society also one of the best unit of our development of existing world. So here two things are very, very important in the title, which is going to say here, understanding harmony in the family, that is very, very important. Then you can build the best society. Then you can build the best, I think, secondary society. Best we can build state and as well as nation, and again globally world. Until unless we are not showing concern towards our own primary relationship, which is a family, we cannot make anything progress and development integrity where in the society. First, we ourselves have to have a right bonding with our own family members. This is what going to connect. We all, psychologists, always going to insist that whatever we do activities in the family and school, especially school, not college, definitely these all going to synchronized upon each and every individual personality. This is what now. So harmony we need to build. So integrity we need to bring, right? These is all going to help for society and again nation, again global world. This is what society, harmony in the human relationship also very, very important. Let us, I think I can have the best pictures over here. This is what I think we are going to connect. This is what needed now. And one important concepts, which is based on human values. Now I think, as I believe since more than 20 years experience of my teaching service, day by day, we all I think losing. We all I think away from our best values, especially social values, right? Missing a lot. We one other way, it is going to say that globally technology is very, very important. So technology is rolling the whole human world. But what about our social values? What about our human values? What about our concern, kindness, towards human growth? Lot of things are going to miss. I would like to mention one example. Amma may going to say that, oh my dear son, you please call your papa for dinner or lunch. Even son also will message and text papa, father, that papa, Amma is calling, please go down. I'm busy with my own world. Even just, 1 minute or 30 seconds, he can climb up some steps and papa, Amma is calling, please go. Even I'm also going to join. The missing communications. When communication is missing, relationship also may go slowly away from our heart. This is what happening. So that's why understanding harmony in the family. So we are understanding, but how much at the existing world may have this equality, we need to have a big question mark. This is what very, very important now. The same thing, students and teachers relationship. Right? Same thing it is grahaka mattu vyapari, customer and businessman. See, this is, he has to fulfill his aims and objectives. To fulfill him and go away from everything is business, everything is money, everything is something which is I want to develop by selfish. This is not only one other relationship, even I think other community based issues, religion based issues, human conflict based issues. There are a number of things are there. So need to inculcate, need to cultivate these all the important things are there, which is understanding harmony in the family. Harmony itself, such a great world, which can make a beautiful relationship, beautiful progress, the beautiful progress in anything you can take. So first we need to have a beautiful relationship, then something which is can do this. This is what important things are there. So we can have this three important points which I have connected understanding family with help of harmony. Ability to trust and support each other. Now this is what, even this is not only aspects of only our family. If you can connect with all the primary relationship, second relationship, right? The global relationship, these all are needed, my dear friends. So ability to trust and support each other. So what way we are going to support? Ability to trust. Ability to trust, I think there are conflict, dilemma situations, prosody, confusion state. Still I think ability to trust. I want to trust. Dasaru ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಂಬಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟವರಿಲ್ಲ. Those people have trusted. Right now, there is no loss at all. Definitely something we want to do. Something we want to do, that first we have to trust ourselves. Trust our own community. Trust our own nation citizenship. Trust our own Bharatiyate. This is what important now. The ability to trust and support each other. This is what missing now. For example, you can take an administrative level. You can take, I think, college and the educational level. You can take our other global community. So ability to trust, it is missing. Again, we have to bring. Once we trust, definitely, there are so many things are going to happen. The other ability, intra perspective, you can leave it. But first, more priority, that's ability to trust and support each other. Then we can build beautiful nation. We can build wonderful happiness. We can build progress of each and every professional services. This is what needed, my dear friends. And second one is continuous work and constant reflections. So towards what I think we have to work, continuous work and constant reflections. Something which is work, shraddha, something which is effort, something which is to reach our goal and know what are the objectives which we have. So continuous work and constant reflection among the family members. So you can see that nowadays there are a number of misunderstanding within the family, a number of divorce cases, a number of conflict between son and father. There are several problems among their own, I think, community. Right? Why these all happening? Because we're not going to trust. For example, I think son is going to come late to the home. We can have our own negative perspective starts. I think where he has gone. My daughter may come late. I think we will think that I think where she has gone. Right? Responsibility is there. Taking care is very, very important. But we're not going to trust. The trust is missing. Where in all the areas now. Even I think students where I think missing trust. Where in our own community. So we also, I think, missing our own trust towards, I think, students. Then growth, how can we do expect to make a grow? So that's why continuous work and constant reflections among the family members, while we do adopt and inculcate all this, work progress, definitely there will be peace of mind, and definitely we can do so many things to work healthy connections with family. What is healthy connections? For example, now I think you all know that we are missing so many things. Togetherness missing. We'll be having our own, I think, lunch plate or I think dinner plate at night or home with along with one mobile. We're not even big dining tables we have prepared, but we're not going to sit on the dining table. There are big best of the cinema is going to come, and it is missing. One day it was there 18 to 19 years back. There was no black and white movies when the Bangalore Doordarshana Kendra, maybe modern students are there and modern teachers are there. The 20-25 years back, if Chitrahar and cinema is going to come at home, all together sitting, all together do have a coffee, juice, and who all coming to home to see, even they do get, I think, coffee, whatever you do prepare, even sometimes dinner, missing a lot to work healthy connections with family. These all things I think we want to do that. Definitely understanding harmony in the family, then there are so many things are getting into our mind and heart. We can do the best for our own family, society, and nation. These all things are there, my dear friends. Just you can connect with our teaching professionals or our own individual life. It is very much essential. The second thing is family actions as per the content which is given by the authority. I had connected, I think, something which is the best way we do understand, my dear friends. That is family actions based on family values and business culture. Two things we need to understand, my dear friends. One is based on family. Based on family, I think there are so many things are going to come. Our own family. See, particular primary culture, primary worship, primary traditions, the primary our puja vidana or I think prayer vidana. These are primary connections. We all want to do this. Again, we are going out because the man is a social animal. Man is a social animal. He cannot, I think, go away from the society and animalship. So we all there. So we need to understand. We'll be having, I think, two something which is our own worlds. One is within reflections related to our own family circumstances. Maybe belongs to different religion, different caste, different community. These are primary things. Maybe we do celebrate Ramadan. We do celebrate Deepavali. We do celebrate Guru Nanak Jayanti. We do celebrate the Buddha Purnima. Right now, these all get into our home, our own community. We do enjoy, we do worship, we do learn, we do get inspirations by our own thought, by our own traditions. When we go out, we try to understand where I think, I belongs to this, I belongs to this. These all things are there. So that way, while we do understand, family actions are honesty, integrity, togetherness, and caring, respect, supportive, and generosity. Generosity. I would like to tell you one best example, my dear friends. Right? So, for example, there is a marriage of my own daughter. You can believe this. To purchase the clothes and the jewelers, if I would not invite my own brother to purchase jewels and the clothes, the big misunderstanding. Even I'm not providing jewels to my brother. I'm not providing such a big worth clothes, but I'm not inviting. The misunderstanding is going to happen. Right? These all small things are there. People are not going to expect money or something. No, the materialistic support. People are going to expect that respect each other, caring. So now the honesty is missing from our own family and society. The honesty is where in the only lessons and Bhagavad Gita and there are other things we have, but we are not going to follow. Still we have to. But something which is realistic way, we do read, we do understand. Again, we will not inculcate. Right? So integrity is very, very important that in the family. That is what one important actions. Integrity. Integrity where among family. For example, Papa Amma is waiting for a daughter. She may come late. Still they do wait. But nowadays, no, I'm getting hungry. I can't wait. I want to eat now. There are so many things are going to come. So missing something. They do expect that something has happened coming late. but there are so many other things are there. Integrity, something which is we want to celebrate our own festival. Someone who is missing that, we may miss a great person, right? Now, so integrity, that is also one important family action. Togetherness, togetherness, not only family, togetherness and we feeling sentiment. It has to come, right? Not only among our own family and members, even I think no different community also needed now, because India, biggest country, second largest populations, you all know this, right? Now we have so many religion, so many caste and subcaste, so many traditions, so many I think no other aspects we have that. So togetherness can make a strong integrity our own nation. This is what Bharatiyate, this is what I think no the nation integrity. So same thing family, where we have to show up our integrity and our togetherness, our honesty. The first it has to come from our own family. Then no important, this is a caring. The caring is very important. There are many issues where in our own students community, definitely, even I think no husband and wife all busy with their own profession. The importance to earn only money and making their own social status, economical status, and again I think no other status. But we have neglected. The children are. I have faced a number of issues where in a counseling there are a number of parents as well as students also will come that the depressions, mania, schizophrenia. There are many things are there in the psychological perspectives. But what happened, sir, I'm missing my wonderful love from my parent. They are providing BMW car, Audi car, driver, but that is what they don't expect. But they do expect that, which is one thing, love and care more than this crores of money. So caring, respect, even small children also would respect. Many issues are there in our own administrative level, staff level, college level, right? Now our own primary level, this. Just he has not respected me, I cannot go there. Even I think this position is really good and high, but I don't want to work even single minute because there is no respect at all. Even nowadays, that we all working as a professors in the degree college, principals, professors, teachers, right? Even we are not going to respect. We may treat something, in the classroom. Again, big conflict between teachers and students. They'll be having so many arrogancy because thought processes and no thought reflections and thought, I think, constant level. This is very, very important now. Caring and respect. These all two are very, very important. Any level you can take, we all expecting, they do expect something which is the value-based, relations-based, we need to handle this. And supportive. Supportive what I think, no, we are not providing anything. For example, something, crematorium ceremony or death ceremony, something. They do expect something. We supposed to put our hand on their shoulders, that's all. Nowadays, we will not do. For example, son has, I think, depressed while he had scored less marks. Students had scored less marks in particular subject, computer science or economics or psychology or sociology or English. But immediately we will start, I think, scolding them. Instead of that, we can have a small step with them, having a paraphrasing skill, counseling skill, understanding skill, listening skills, right now, observation skill. Definitely he do open next time. Whatever we do get 20 marks or 30 marks, we may not expect that more than this. Still, they do best. So supportive what I think, no materialistic support or money support or wealth support, no supportive while we do speak something which is the best way. Supportive is needed, and generosity, something which is enthusiasm, quality and thoughts we need to develop nowadays. So generosity is needed. It is philosophically you can think, psychologically you can think, relationship wise you can think. These all things are very, very important wherein the family actions. And one more, business culture will be there. See, for example, we have dependent our own society. The without a society, societal growth and support, I can't survive. This is the coronavirus had thought that something without my own society, my own people and community, I cannot survive. We come to know this. Right now, people have come to know this. So that's why business culture will be there. Maybe I belongs to any religion, any community, but I am a best supporters, best asset of my nation. No caste, greed, anything. But nowadays, what happening now? Nowadays, what happening? Where is our secularism concept? Where is our secularism concept? Where is integrity? Right? Among our own in number of religion and community, the people have started so many things. Where is the knowledge? Where is the values? Where is the respect? Where is the community? We feeling no sentiment. Unnecessary issues have been started. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ದೇಶ ಒಂದೇ, ಭಾಷೆ ಒಂದೇ, ದೇಶ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾರತ, ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಬದುಕು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ನೋವಿನ ಸಂಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಒದ್ದಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವೇ ಹೊಡೆದಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಯುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು. Respect and support and generosity. The business culture is different than our own family culture. I want to be asset for so many community, so many things, so many people, because without their support we cannot. ನಮ್ಮ ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಹರಿದು ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ they are going to do their work, right? Each and everything a community, a religion, a caste cannot do. We all have to survive adopting by these all the value-based actions, family-based actions. Definitely, we can expect a growth, my dear friends. This is what very, very important now. And look at some pictures I think I had given here, so we can connect with this thing. So one more important concepts of the understanding family and society with harmonial concepts. Understanding harmony in the society. Society is like a web. ಜೇಡರ ಬಲೆ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಜೇಡರ ಬಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಒದ್ದಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, ಅವರ್ ಓನ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೆಬ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಪಾರ್ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, right? And other religion and caste community people are there. We cannot survive without our own jadra bale. If we may survive without my own, he is the dud fellow, he is the Buddhist fellow. Definitely. So that's why understanding harmony in the society, need to understand, inculcate. If we go, I think, our own way, so what is going to happen now? That's why understanding harmony in the society is very, very important concepts, my dear friends. What all things are needed now for harmony in the society? That is one important thing. The connectivity. What we need to connect. I need to make a growth in my business area. I need to connect people. Without connectivity, people cannot believe, people cannot trust. Until unless we are not going to speak to authority, they will not understand it. Until our problems, I cannot go to section officer or department commissioner, he may not understand, he cannot to solve. So connectivity, one beautiful, the mode of communication, our talks, our thoughts, right? Our intuition, our ideology, our expressions, these all needed now. Connectivity is needed now. How we are going to connectivity? Only Hindu cannot connect. Only Muslim cannot connect. Right? Only Parsi cannot connect. Only Jain community connect. These all other primary relationship will be there. For example, Jain businessman is preferably giving importance to Jain customer. That is secondary. It's not a primary relation. In the broader way, you think that we need all the community, all the religion. So understanding harmony in the society, how it is going to come? Give and take policy. Even same thing, teacher and student, even their own peer groups, even parents, connectivity about teaching profession. So connectivity, when I become a best professor, I become a best teacher, I become a best counselor, I become a best mentor, I become a best principal, we all have to connect. The best principal wants to have his own thoughts, her own thoughts, that I have to connect with my coordinators, department heads. Then only I can fulfill my aims and objectives, what management had given me the responsibility, how it is going to contribute for the nation and state, result is going to come. So connectivity is very, very important for the harmony. And second one is, that's human relationship, which I have told. The feeling towards society. This is my society. Society is society is different, community is different, religion-based aspects or primary relationship is different. Here I am talking about feeling towards society. Society, all the religion, all the caste, all the community, one society, right? Society is like a web page. You all involve this. Until unless I think, no, I cannot involve in web page that society, I cannot survive. So for harmony, the feeling towards society, always we do expect, we want to develop, we want to get into progress, right? The feeling of assurance. What is assurance? Assurance, which is not knowing something, which is heart and mind between the continuous, spontaneous process of human relationship. The feeling of assurance, something which is no, I have to assurance. The confidentiality and confident has to create among the people that assurance feelings we should inculcate. For example, as a teacher, I have to assure through my best teaching. I have to give them best knowledge by our assurance. What assurance again? Knowledge, subject, communications, these all will come. Right? As a faculty, as a teacher, as a professionals, we want to understand that feeling of assurance. I have a confident, I have assurance. I'm giving you assurance. What I think, no, giving you the best result while giving you wonderful training and different thoughts towards my teaching profession. Right? So one more important that is trust and fearlessness in social web. Trust is always important. What is trust? I think you know this. Trust is always, I think, makes unknowingly something which is lot more things can do. Right now, for example, you can take the leaders of nation, the community leaders, our great teacher, the great administrator. Trust always, I think he is going to do for good only. I can trust him. Right now, trust is needed. Where in the primary level to secondary level, in the family, in that student and teacher, again, I think our own community, again, our own, I think, relation and harmony. So this is what needed. Until and the trust is not going to come, always it is going to eat and I think, makes a lot of problems. The insecurity, fear, phobia, these all will come now. Right now, trust is missing among our own students community, teaching community. Trust is missing, I think, wherein their own family, that is husband and wife, even I think parents and children. That's why there are so many misunderstanding, departing, and loneliness. Again, psychological problems are going to start. Right? So these all things are there. And one more, this, trust and fearlessness in the social web, also making something best wherein inculcate or develop the harmony. This is also very, very important, my dear friends. And identifications of a comprehensive human goal. See, each and every person may have their own human goal, your own goal. What is our goal? We all human beings. We all comes in the human society, human world. We have our own goals. As a teacher, my goal is to give a best knowledge, to make a best enhancement towards again knowledge, and also to bring them best path towards nation growth, making them awareness of society issues, making them and filling them what enthusiasm with honesty and other social values. Right? So identification of comprehensive and human goal, right understanding, which is what samadhan. Nowadays, I think, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಗಳಿಂದ ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಗಿರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಿಕರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೋಪಗೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಟೀಚರ್ ತನ್ನ ಆಂತರಿಕವಾದಂತ ಕೋಪದಿಂದ he can blame students. There are many things. I'm not talking about particular schools. I have conducted a number of seminars and programs in the school level and college level, a number of counseling sessions, but finally understood that our own problems were putting on upon our own children, where we can complete our goal, especially primary school teachers, high school teachers, even professors level, principal level. I've seen a number of Hitler principals. I've seen a number of department heads, because this is the faculty development programs. We need to understand, right? So right understanding, samadhana ilve illa, patience illa. We don't, already the patience gone away. Samadhana, right understanding between husband and wife, right understanding between, again, I think, students, right understanding between society, right understanding between the community to community. No, there is no understanding. That's why there are so many things are happening in the world. So many things are happening in the world. Again, you can take Ukraine. Again, you can take Russia. Again, you can take Sri Lanka now at present. Again, you can take our own nation, biggest peaceful country. We do speak, that Bharatiyaru, Shanti Priyaru. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಧೀಮಂತ ನಾಯಕರು. ಭಾರತೀಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬುದ್ಧ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಸಾರಿದ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ರೀ ಶಾಂತಿ? ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಪೀಸ್ ನೌ? ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ನೀವು ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೈದ, ಈ ತರದ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. Right understanding. Let's have a samadhana. How samadhana is going to come? Inculcating, providing, enhancing right education with value based. Again, value based. This is the topic, value based. That is one of the best thought, which is samadhana. Right understanding. Samadhana is missing now. The comprehensive human goal is to develop an economic, that is samadhana. Now samadhanavagi iruvanta ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. That is prosperity. That is the samriddhi family. Samriddhi means complete growth, prosperity, development. Until unless we don't have a peace of mind, good relationship, best communications among family or friends, Samriddhi, where it will come? Samriddhi is going to destroy. Communication is the best result, the beautiful things which is we want to inculcate. That is what Samriddhi family, prosperity is needed now. This is also right human goal we want to do. This you can take in objectives also. And coexistence. Coexistence, I think you know that we all, without nature, without outer surrounding, without circumstances of our own social web, we cannot survive. That is no saha astitva in nature. We need to protect our own nature. We want to support our nature. ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಇವತ್ತು? ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ತಿಂತೀನಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಸೆದು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಸ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕಸವನ್ನು ಬೇರ್ಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವು ಬೇರ್ಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಸಹ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ ನೇಚರ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲೀಡ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್ ವಿತ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೇಚರ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ಪೀಸಸ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ we need to understand and live the life. Give and take policy, understanding each other. ನಾವು ಸತ್ತು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ಸತ್ತಿರುವಂತ ಹೆಣವನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಮೂಗುಬೊಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ರಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. We will take that ring and even I think no, the nose not. ಹುದುದು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿನೇ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಗೇನ್ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್. ಪಂಚಕರ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಚಭೂತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸುಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸತ್ಯವಾದ ವಿಚಾರ. ಕೋ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಸಹ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ, ನೇಚರ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಮರ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ. ಇದು ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೀಚ್, ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸಹ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ, ನೇಚರ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್, ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. Identifications of comprehensive human goals are these all need to cultivate, wherein we all a great profession, because as the world is going to call us, no, the teachers, nation builders. We're not going to build or make only doctor, only engineer, only businessman. We are all making whole nation. Oh, prime minister, who is prime minister? Our own product, teachers. Who is home minister? Who is education minister? Our own product. Our own product. Proudly we can say. Maybe our own generation, our own great people. Abdul Kalam, professor, his own product of his own teachers. Right now, so we have a lot of responsibility, lot of care and concern, lot of things to be adopting, which is knowingly unknown, and we want to think of something which is right. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, sir, this boy is not going to study. We have sent them, sir, outside, but this is what my greatness. Parent sessioning which I have conducted, many principals, many teachers are going to say, I was asking them, you believe, I want to tell you, ನೋಡಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ ರೇ, ಆ ಹುಡುಗನನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಿ ನೀವೇನ್ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್? ನೋ, he was troubling a lot, he was disturbing a lot, he was torturing a lot. That's why taken a TC and wrote something and send them, sir, now we are happy. But what about his contribution outside? ಅವನೇನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಟೆರರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ಕೊಲೆಗಡಕ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ದುಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ಪಿಕ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಭಾವನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. See, instead of doing that, while we do sit arranging a counseling session, talking to them with a paraphrasing skill, lot of changes you can occur, right? So now ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹೊರಗಾಗ್ತೀವ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ we have to think that even I think no, he is character, he is value based personality, arrogancy we can change by talks, by counseling. That's why teacher is a philosopher, teacher is a best counselor, teacher is a guider, and teacher is a philanthropist, right? We can do it. There are so many things are happening, even the school and college level. Before sending any student out of the campus, we have to have the best ideology. You all know that NAC accreditations and even our LIC, such cases, even professor can do counseling or guidance, writing a report. When committee is going to come from the NAC accreditations, we are showing them, sir, this is what contribution. Now NAC and Government of India, HRD is asking them, apart from our teaching, apart from our contributions, what best you can did for the society, who all changed by your thought and your administration. This is what our department is going to ask. This is what, again, human relationship. Again, it is a harmony. Again, it is a best relationship, right? So these all things I think need to be cultivated, and we all doing this, wonderfully, my dear friends. And one more thing, meaning of justice. Meaning of justice, justice accordingly, Kanunu Bhasha, different. I am thinking different perspectives, that social relationship and again justice leads to fearlessness and coexistence. Note you, yellow baya create mabutidi. Baya the Vatavana. Corona has created a big fear. Harmony now going away, created by insecure feelings in India. Very true. Insecure feelings in India. Insecure feelings in Ukraine and Russia. Complete insecure feelings have been started in Sri Lanka. Insecure feelings have been started globally, right? The North America and South America. Why these all, right? So leads to fearlessness and coexistence. Now racial identification, racial differences, caste, wherein bifurcating, community differences, right? Where, what is this? Again, we are talking about relationship, harmony, good values. These all in, I think, great, wonderful books, my dear friends. So practically, we have to think something which is we want to do. The meaning of justice leads to fearlessness and coexistence. Concern for justice, peace, and genuine respect of people. This is what great respect. Those days where I think Kanunu, Judgegal Yellidru, where they were? Panchayati Katte, great people, morally who all trained, understood by their own life values and life experience. People used to sit in the Katte, Panchayati Katte, and taking the right decisions. Now, where is this? Judge himself, I think, committed. Minister himself committed. These all things are there. Genuinity is missing. Whatever the statement, injustice become a justice now. This is very true. So meaning of justice leads to fearlessness and coexistence. And there are two things which I quoted: peace and genuine respect of people. This is what the best justice. The justice for our own family, justice for our own students, justice for our own, I think, society, justice for our own, I think, colony and layout. Right? There are three things, three aspects. One is recognition, fulfillment, and evaluation. Recognition, right? Recognition is needed now. We were recognizing people unfit to be the great work now. People are getting into this power and I think rolling our world. Recognition also missing. See, as a class teacher, as a professor, as a HOD, as a principal, right students were not recognized of our own school community or captaincy or prefects or leader or general secretary. We are injustice to our own best students. What you say? Today is happening, all politics. Right now, recognition. So I'm talking about again, no relationship, harmony. Until unless I think we do the best, we cannot do this. Recognition is needed now to best, I think, justice, which is we do inculcate, and fulfillment is also important. Whatever you do promise, justice is going to say that we have to fulfillment. No, for example, Papa is going to say to children, Magne, ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಜೆ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿನಗೊಂದು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕೊಡಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಕಂದ ಅಂತ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಆಸೆ ಆಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆಗಳಿಗೆ he is not going to turn to home. The child sitting very naraz, ಬಹಳ ಬೇಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. he is not going to give any smile. Why is not going to give smile? Because injustice. I'm not talking about ತೀರ್ಪು, judge. Justice among our own family, the help of connectivity of the harmony and good relationship. I need to give them justice. A teacher is giving a justice to students while evaluating papers. Our own answer scripts, justice ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೆದಿರುವಂತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರದೇ ಇರುವಂತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಫೇವರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ, where is the justice in our profession? Generally I'm talking, right? So justice in other perspectives, other ideology, other thought we need to think now. This is what again social justice. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar social justice ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಭಾಷಣಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾಮಾನವತವಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ B.R. Ambedkar, the different thoughts have been cultivated, my dear friends. It's a wonderful scenario which can understand so many things that Manavitiya justice has to inculcate in our family, society, nation, community, and religion harmony. This is what needed now. Again, fulfillment we want to do, and evaluation. After recognizing something which is a different one, while we are going to do fulfillment, again we want to do evaluation. Nodi, trustworthy and something which is we do, the result will be there. The best way of administration, best way of teaching, best way of no kind towards the relationship. The evaluations will be optimistic development and progress. So the concern for the justice is accordingly Ambedkar, and accordingly this topic, which is I had just taken this peace and genuine respect of people, my dear friends. This is what very, very important. And preservation is the key source for mutual prosperity. See that preservation is very, very important. Without preservation and preservation thought, there is no future life at all. Preservation towards ecology, again nature. Preservation towards setting our own human relationship and human life. Preservation towards setting our education scenario. There are many things. So that's why human resting the nature. Definitely. We only protect. We only support. We only care. We only develop. Definitely it will care this. The same thing. If I do say wonderfully, hello, good morning, he's also going to say good morning. Preservation, again sentiment. We feeling. Right? The cognitive perspectives, relation, it's recognition, relation. Recognition is how husband and wife, student and teacher, vyapari mattu customer, grahaka mattu businessman, right? Father and mother, son and I think father, relationship, friends, right? Relation, it's recognition. Always it can do this. And fulfillment, evaluation and leading to mutual prosperity. Fulfillment, definitely no. See, when teacher is going to fulfill the students' needs, right? Something which is definitely the prosperity will be there. When I can do the best in my classroom teaching, my prosperity will be there. The teacher become a principal. Principals become a, again I think dean. Dean become a vice chancellor. Vice chancellor or chairman become a establish their own university. Recognition. How recognition will come? Prosperity will come. Fulfillment, we need to fulfill something we want to do, right? ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. Definitely prosperity will come. If you do, the father is going to do his own karma, teacher is going to do his own karma, I mean work. Vyapari, he is doing his own karma. ಪ್ರತಿಫಲ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Hard work, there is no substitute. It's very true. So fulfillment, evaluation, and leading to mutual prosperity. The fulfillment is taken a vital role in the human relationship and human society. And one more important, preservation takes place in what? Enrichment, protections, right utilization. Preservation, enrichment. Preservation always makes you enrichment. You preserve nature and forest, prakriti. Definitely enrichment. It is going to give you happiness, santosha, sundarate, ananda, nityananda, shanti, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. Enrichment, protections, adu it is going to protect us again. Preserve, you do the best educations you are going to provide your own children. Your own children. He become a best asset for family, society, community, nation. Again, nation also supporting neighbor countries. Enrichment, protection also will be there. Right utilization. Again, we want to do, we want to enjoy. ಒಂದು ಮಾವಿನ ಮರವನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿ 5-6 ವರ್ಷವಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್. ರೈಟ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿ, ಆತ ಬೆಳೆದು ದೊಡ್ಡವನಾಗಿ ಕೈ ತುಂಬ ಹಣ ತಂದಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ರೈಟ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ವೆರಿ ಟ್ರೂ. ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಟೀಚರ್, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ. ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್. ರೈಟ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ HKBK, great student of Diamond College, great student of United College. These all best fruits for our own nation, community, etc., etc. So these all, preservation is the key source for mutual prosperity, my dear students, my dear professors, my dear great knowledge source. This is what very, very important. Maybe I'm coming to end now. The universal values, feelings of relationship. See, something which is we want to do, until unless love and care and concern, that is a heart. Heart is here, but heart is in, I think, the connectivity of our brain. Definitely, thoughts itself, the beautiful enterprises. Right? So, universal values, feelings of relationship will come how? Until unless we don't have a love and affections. Until unless we don't have a concern and care. Until unless we don't have a love and affections towards my own human world. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸದೆ ಆತ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆತನ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? ಕರುಣೆ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾವನೆಗಳು, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಭಾವನೆಗಳು. ಆಪ್ಟಮಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮಚ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ universal values, feelings of relationship. See, I'm not for example, I can say that ಅಕ್ಕ ಮಹಾದೇವಿ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದು ನೆನಪಿದೆ. ಚನ್ನಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ದೇವರನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡ, ನನ್ನ ಪತಿ, ನನ್ನ ಸರ್ವಸ್ವ, ನನ್ನ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ನಾವು ದೇವರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ದೇವರು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್. ಏಕಲವ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ದ್ರೋಣಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಏಕಲವ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಥಾಟ್. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಏಕಲವ್ಯ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ ಗುರು. ಅವನು ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೊಡೋದು ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಆ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ. ಬಿಲ್ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಸರಾದ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳಿಂದ ಓದಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ತರ ಕುರಾನ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಭಾವನೆಗಳಿದೆ. ಪೈಗಂಬರರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಅವರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳೇ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್. ಬುದ್ಧನ ವಿಚಾರಗಳೇ ಅದು ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸುವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್. सो ट्रस्ट, विश्वास रखो. विश्वास रखना जरूरी है. विश्वास के लिए कुछ हम लोग करना जरूरी है. विश्वास भी हमारा जिंदगी को जोड़ते हैं और चलाते हैं. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ್. ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿ. ಧರ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿ, ಜಾತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿ, ವೃತ್ತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿ. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಿತ್ತಿ ಎಸೆದ್ರೆ ಬದುಕಲಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಾನತೆ? ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೆಕ್ಯುಲರಿಸಂ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ಸಮಾನತೆ, ಇಕ್ವಿಟಿ, ಇಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳು ಬತ್ತಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. रिस्पेक्ट समान, हम लोग समान करना है. समान से देखना जरूरी है. हाಗಾಗಿ रिस्पेक्ट समान, affections, स्नेह. Now sneha is needed wherein students and teaching community. Sneha is needed in our own family. Sneha is needed our own our neighbors and guidance. Vatsalya is very, very important. Preeti and reverence. Shraddha is very, very important, my dear friends. Without Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Shraddha illa andre badukale avana jivana nashwara hogutte. Glory, gaurava. Give them gaurava, respect, gratitude. ಕೃತಜ್ಞನಾಗೋ ನಾವು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಕೃತಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ದೆಮ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ರಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್, ಲವ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೇಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್, because as a topic and something which is going to say the meaning of trust, something which is we want to do. Trust means to rely on another persons because you feel safe with them and have a confidence that they will not hurt or violate you. This is what trust. The persons may have a trust, for example, husband and wife. If they may have a trust, there is no conflict at all. ಯಾಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ಡಿವೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾವೆ? ಟ್ರಸ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಗಂಡನಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. There are so many things. So trust ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು, safe with them, have a confidence that they will not hurt or violate. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಆತ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. He will never do. This is what trust. So trust is missing a lot. Trust is getting into another trust. Both the trust may makes conflict again. There is no relationship. Optimistic thoughts are going away from the life and human relationship. This is what happening, my dear friends. So this is very, very important, meaning of trust. And also the differences between trust and intention and competence. We can have a small jhalak about this. The difference between trust and intention, again, competency. The intention and competence are aspects of trust, definitely. Trust and the intention is what one aspires for our natural acceptance, and competence is the ability to fulfill the respect. Here, ಒಂದು ನಾಣ್ಯದ ಎರಡು ಮುಖಗಳು, ಒಂದು ಕಾಯಿನ್ಗೆ ಎರಡು ಮುಖಗಳು ಹೇಗೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, the same thing it is going to work. Aspects and of natural acceptance and competence is the ability to fulfill respect. This is what needed now. See, for example, accordingly, now B.F. Skinner thought, behavioral theory of psychology, right? So reinforce and enforce methodology, when we come to know, even I think cruel animal also we can make a trust while showing concern and love, making a best relationship, right? I have seen, I think, many videos. Cruel animals also may have at their own home. Why? Because ನಮಗ್ ಭಯ ಇದೆ. ಹಾವುಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಬದುಕು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಿಂಹಗಳೊಂದಿಗೆ ಬದುಕು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಫೆರೋಷಿಯಸ್ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಅದು ಕಚ್ಚಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತು ಹೊಡೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಆ ತರದ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿ, ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಶೋ, ಆರ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅವರ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನೇನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ? ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಗೋಲ್ಸ್, ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ. ದಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸಿ occurs, all these the qualities, these all will makes you trust and intention. Finally we are going to do the best for our own society, right? So this is what very, very important. And meaning of respect, we accept somebody for who they are, even who they are when they are different from you or you don't agree with them. Little confused sentence, but try to understand this sentence, right? So there are many things: respect in relationship, again feelings of trust, again safety and living society or nature, again well-being towards our existence world needed. Now there are so many things, something which is we want to show love towards something which is best, and again we want to extract it. So meaning of respect is very, very important. About respect, which I have already told many things. And silence values in human life. What are the silence values in human life? Truth, we are not able to see. Inside it is going to work. It can do so many things in the human relationship, human life, in our world. Right conduct, that is very conduct of right needed now, which is wrong. Forbidden and forbid, sociological word. Forbidden, right of conduct. So try to understand, judge properly, make it something, don't misunderstanding, make confidentiality, understand and make something good relationship. Peace, that is very much essential in the contemporary world, even our students community and our teaching professionals. Love is very much essential. Love is having a powerful, power. It can make lot of changes. It can heal any diseases. Any disease will come, I think, from our own mental things. But love, ultimate right thing. And non-violence, again Mahatma Gandhiji concept, again Dayananda Saraswati concept, again Mother Teresa concept, again great philosophers of particular religion concept. Non-violence is much essential. Silence is the best answer to someone who doesn't value your words. It is very, very important. This is one. Society being an extension of family. There are 5 dimensions of the synergetic society, education, again samskara, and health and the swaimate, productions, again work, justice, protections needed now. Without samskara, there is no good personality. Without education, there is no growth at all. Without productions and work, again karma, there is no growth at all and you cannot survive. Justice, not accordingly court justice, justice for human values, justice for human relationship. Again, it is going to protect us and we are leading a good life. And universal harmony is Akanda Samaja, the feeling of being related to ever one human being. That is, a centric society is one of the higher goals. Higher goals, it's very, very important. Akanda Samaja, Samagra Samaja is the state of the society. It's very much essential. Live together and work together towards betterment of society and nation with help of all the community, all the religion, all the development, and with help of all the family members. We want to do this, right? Universal harmony is needed now for the Akanda Samaja, and it is very much essential, I believe, and very, very important this thing. Thank you so much. My topic is little elaborate. Even organizations have given me the big topic which I had studied, but still I have synchronized and made something which is I had connected, right? So we can speak so many things about this, but my time, so I have blocked. So now 11:05, I have concluded my something which is elaborate, the brief something which is, hope I think you understood what I delivered, and thank you for this opportunity. Special thanks to Dr. Basavaraj and Professor Bilal, and they are the one I think trusted me to have this something which is the best talk to nation builders. And special thanks to head of institute, chairman, directors, and HOD advisors. We can meet up shortly. We will do so many things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, can we take up a few quick questions?
Yes, yes.
I think after your session, many people have doubts and curiosity to ask questions. I am seeing a hand raised from Jagdish Patil. Can I? I'll just unmute, sir. If you have any queries, you can please proceed.
Okay.
If any faculty or any participant want to speak.
Yeah. This is Jagdish Patil from RV College of Engineering. First of all, I would like to thank Anil Kumar Joshi for a wonderful presentation. So I have attended many of the talks connected with universal human values. I just rate this one at the top, just because not only the talk was wonderful, but it had a right blend of different languages. The languages play a very, very important role, and I truly believe that he was able to connect with all the audience because of multiple languages, what he used to depict or present his wonderful examples which presented human values. I'm greatly touched by his talk and the kind of thoughts what he shared with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else who has any queries can please raise their hand so that we can unmute them. Or you can put your questions in the chat box as well. Sir, we have a question in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Regarding justice, sir, for violation of moral obligation, can the individual is able to get justice? This has been asked by Professor Bhagyalakshmi.
Okay. Justice, no, justice, you can look into different perspectives, that legal justice, social justice, human values, again synchronized with the justice. The justice with which is related to our own and individual life, again our own society, again our own community. For example, whatever we do, so we are human being, we are something which is best we can do it. In these perspectives, we need to search justice. The justice towards, I think, our work, again karma. Justice towards our progress and development. is the values have been synchronized and we do. For example, Chief Minister of Karnataka, the Minister of Education, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they'll be having their own role of the broader perspectives. If they are not giving justice to their own department, again injustice. As you know that I think all the way nowadays injustice were in the profession, except something which is values were sustained in the teaching profession, I believe, as a teacher, whatever it is, chairman or professor, as a teacher, still it is there. But other level, bureaucratics. For example, I can tell one example, police sub-inspector job. So these people become a wonderful थानाधिकारी. They लोग थानाधिकारी बनते हैं, क्या जस्टिस उन्होंने देते हैं पब्लिक को, राइट? दो हम लोग पैसे देते हैं, करप्शन देते हैं, become a commissioner, become a DCP, become a ICP, right? Then we are not have any rights to give a justice. ನಾನು ತಪ್ಪುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದರೆ it is no value. So in this perspectives and individually, justice we need to connect with our individual life, our profession, our responsibility of the society and community. So social justice I spoke. So not any other judiciary justice, but this is what important in human relationship and human harmony. This is what I can define and describe, dear friends. Thank you.
Any other queries or questions from any other participants? I think let's move on. Thank you very much, sir, for such a wonderful and such an informative session. I think this was the need of an hour actually, how to inculcate values in our family and in our personal relations. Thank you very much, sir. And again, for the participants, we'll have one more session of sir tomorrow at the same time at 10 o'clock. So now I would request Professor Khalifurnisa ma'am to take over the second session.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So, am I audible, Professor Bilal?
Yes, ma'am, you are clearly audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are clearly audible.
Hello, audio. I think I should be audible. Okay, let's begin the session. Good morning, one and all. I'm Khalifurnisa here, back with the continuation of the session which I was dealing yesterday. So let's move ahead and see what best I can deliver today's class session. And more than what I deliver, let's see how exactly you will all look at the proposals and how you will, verify it based on your natural acceptance. So let's go ahead. Okay. So I just are you Professor Bilal?
Yes, ma'am. We can see the screen. Yes, ma'am. We can see your screen.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So, my dear participants, this is what is the content I was talking to you yesterday. So we dealt with something called process of right understanding. Then we also dealt with relationships and also acquiring physical facilities. And all the content which I have delivered as per the AICT protocol, all this, whatever is stated, is a proposal. So do not assume it to be true or false, but you should verify it on your own rights. You should verify it based on your natural acceptance. You should verify it based on your natural acceptance. Am I audible, Bilal, once again, to make sure? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Perfectly
yeah. Thank you
audible.
so much. Yeah. So the proposals which are put forth, they are actually for verification. You have to verify on your own right, or you have to verify based on your natural acceptance. To start off with, you can see that there is a proposal here. Point number one here is you are verifying on the basis of your natural acceptance. Then you have to experimental validate. Experimental validation, that is you have to live according to it. That is, when you validate it, that is, first validation is your behavior with human beings will bring in mutual happiness, and your work with the rest of the nature will bring in mutual prosperity. So the content here is you have to evaluate, verify the proposals based on natural acceptance. More than 50 to 60 times I have been repeating the same thing. The very base surface point here is to evaluate the proposals based on natural acceptance. Now, which process is naturally acceptable to you? So I have a reflection for you here to just think over. Which process is naturally acceptable to you? A process of self exploration, self verification on your own right, which is leading to understanding in yourself, or a process of do's and don'ts in which you assume what is said without verification. So you can pause and think here for a while, pause and think. And I want a reflection. Probably I'll give the mic to someone who has raised the hand, and I need a reflection here. Please pause and think. Which process is naturally acceptable to you? A process of self-exploration, self-verification on your own right, leading to understanding in yourself, or would you need a process of do's and don'ts in which you assume that what is said without verification? Pause and think. Pause and think. I need a kind of a reflection here. So earlier I made a mention, this is a dialogue session. Keeping the time aspects, I think I need a few reflections here. Can I have a reflection on this, or can you text in the text box? Can I take this reflection from Sharmila ma'am? Hello, Sharmila ma'am. Can I take a reflection from Sharmila ma'am? Hello. You can raise your hands. I will hand over the mic to you. Yeah, I think I have Dr. Kamini Kapoor ma'am here. Hello. 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 Yeah, I think yeah, Dr. Kamini Kapoor ma'am, can you just put your thoughts on this? Which process is naturally acceptable to you? A process of self-exploration, self-verification, your own right, leading to understanding in yourself, or you would like a process of do's and don'ts without any verification? Yes, ma'am. Hello. 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 Yeah, I think we will get back, and we will proceed and look into this aspect later on. Okay, so it is well said that we all like to go in for a process of self-exploration, verification on our own rights, which is naturally be acceptable, and it definitely leads to what is called as understanding in ourselves, rather than going on borrowed notion. Rather than going on borrowed notions of do's and don'ts without verification, obviously it will lead us in not in an unhappy situation. Now, next, coming back to this particular content, if you look at this content here, there is something called happiness and unhappiness here. What exactly is happiness? Happiness is the state or situation in which I live. So it's a state of or situation in which I live, and if there is harmony or synergy in it, then it is naturally acceptable to me to be in that particular state or situation. So if I am in harmony, if you are in harmony, what happens? Then it is naturally acceptable to me to be in that particular state. So to be in the state of harmony, what happens is that is synergy is happiness. So here happiness is nothing but it is to be in harmony. So happiness is nothing but it is to be in harmony. So whereas unhappiness, the state or situation in which I live, and if there is a disharmony or contradiction or some discomfort, that is not naturally acceptable to me in that state, and that is called as unhappiness. So unhappiness is disharmony, and happiness is to be in harmony. So let me give you some examples here. So suppose say you are sitting alone at home, and you are feeling happy about yourself because there is a harmony in your thoughts. You are thinking something nice, and then there is harmony in your thoughts, and you are feeling very happy. Same thing can go with the family. You are in a family, you are having an interaction in the family, and everybody is discussing, and all the members are having harmony in their thoughts, and that is leading to happiness. Same thing can also happen in society also. So we are discussing with on some topic, and everybody is having good thoughts, and we can be happy in the society also, so on and so forth in nature. If you look at this disharmony, that is unhappiness. So everybody, nobody wants to stay in this unhappiness mode all the time. They want to come out of it. So everybody wants to come out of this disharmony. So disharmony is something, if there is a contradiction or turmoil in our thoughts. So what happens? Suppose we are sitting at home, and some sort of distraction, contradiction, and some turmoil is running in our thoughts. We want to come out of it. How do we come out of it? Maybe we'll switch on the television, or we'll start using the mobile, so that we want to come out. Nobody wants to be in the state of disharmony for long, so we just want to come out. Like for instance, say for example, if there is some quarrel in the family, so you want to come out of it. You want to come out of that disharmony. So maybe you will move out of the house for some time, or if there is some kind of argument, discussion in the college or in the department, some kind of disharmony or unhappiness you feel you are going through, then maybe you will come out of the department, or you will come out of the college for some time to have a cup of tea. So this is where exactly you want to be. You want to be in the state of harmony or disharmony. So this is a kind of a reflection for you to explore. So if there is disharmony or contradiction, that is not naturally acceptable. So whatever is written in red color here, so disharmony is definitely not naturally acceptable. We do not want to stay in that particular state. So we want to come out of it. So suppose if we are forced to be in that state of disharmony, it is unhappiness. So we want to come out of it. Maybe when there is a quarrel at home, or when there is a disturbance in the college, we just want to come out of it. We want to go to the canteen to have a cup of tea. And then when there is a discomfort in the family, we want to come out. So ultimately, you see, this happiness is to be in harmony, and unhappiness is to be in disharmony. So now this is the happiness is to be in state of harmony, and what is written in red letter, which is not acceptable, is unhappiness is to be forced to be in the state of contradiction. So we don't want to be in this unhappiness state or contradiction for longer. So we would like to have a transformation from the disharmony to harmony. And then if you look at this, happiness and excitement are two different things. So what is this? Happiness and excitement are two different things. See, we all work for 5 days a week. We all work for 6 days a week. When we come to college, or when we come to our workplace, we are not actually toiling in the sun, and we are inside and we are working. But still, when it is the evening time, we all get tired, and we are actually looking for weekends so that we can dine with the family, we can have a merrymaking, we can go out and we can enjoy. So this is something which happens to everybody. So though we are working a lot, sometimes this work culture it is making us some sort of discomfort, and we would wait. All of us will wait for the weekends. All of us wait for the weekend so that we can have some sort of merrymaking. So this kind of a merrymaking is also not continuous. Suppose you are watching the movie. Suppose you are watching the movie. Maybe you watched the movie once, it gave you a lot of excitement, and you are watching the movie again second time. It may lead to some sort of unhappiness. So merrymaking also is not continuous here. So you want to enjoy, you want to dine, you want to go for a party. So this is also not continuous. So what happens is, this is not continuous, and when you're watching a movie again, when you watch a movie, what happens is, you're watching the movie again for the second time, and it may not give you a continuous happiness. So there has to be a transformation from disharmony to harmony. Say for example, you are watching cricket match. You are watching a cricket match, and somebody, maybe the team whom you like, when it wins, you go into a state of excitement. And then when the team loses, you go into depression. So what happens is, when the team wins, the excitement is also not continuous, because soon after the excitement, the team may immediately win in the second round. When it wins, you are into excitement, and that excitement is not continuous again, because again the team may lose, you go into depression. So this winning and losing is always there. And if the team keeps on winning also, it doesn't give you any excitement. It doesn't give you any excitement. So what I'm trying to tell you is, put the proposal here is, happiness and excitement are two different things. So winning, all the time winning also will not give you excitement. If the team is continuously winning also, it will not give, because you are set with the thought that every time the team is winning, what is there. And similarly, you are watching the movie same again and again also, it will not give you much of excitement. So here, this is something called excitement. Now another example I want to tell you, there was a maid servant, and she was working in one professor's house, and the husband of that maid servant was keen on buying this lotteries. So he purchased a lottery, and one day a call came to this lady maid, saying that her husband has won a lottery for 1 crore. And what she did was, she didn't want to tell this news to her husband, because she thought her husband may have a heart attack, because he was having some health issues. So she thought she should tell this information first to the professor, so that the professor can tell this information in a right way to the husband of that maid. So what she did, she told him like this: my husband has won a lottery of 1 crore. And so the professor, one day he called the husband. He said, what if you are getting, somebody is giving you 10 rupees free today? He said, I'll go have a cup of tea. Then what if I give you 100 rupees tomorrow? He said, I'll go to a hotel and I'll have a nice meal. Then what if I give you 1 lakh? Slowly he started increasing the amount. He said, if I have 1 lakh, I'll go for a rented house, a bigger house, rented house, something like that. Then what if you get 1 crore? What if you get 1 crore? What if you get 1 crore? Then immediately the husband says, if I get 1 crore, I'm going to give 50 lakhs. Half of it, I'm going to give it to you. Immediately, the professor, because of excitement, he had a heart attack. So, what is the concept behind this? Happiness and excitements are two different things. They are two different things, and they are not continuous. They are not continuous. So here, next is prosperity. I also made a mention to you. It is the feeling of having or producing more than required physical facility. Physical facility we were discussing in the last previous session. So having more than the physical facility, more food, more clothing, more shelter. So a feeling of having or producing more than the required physical facility is prosperity. And prosperity and possession of wealth are again two different things. So I'll come back to this and I'll let you know what it is. So in the last class, I think I had given you an exercise on counting the clothes. Because when you have more than what is required, the prosperity feeling, having or producing more than required physical facility, I think many of you did that, counting clothes. and we actually got to know how many clothes, and we got a feeling that we are all prosperous because we have something more than the requirement, more than the requirement. So in the this is what is about prosperity, and the basic human aspiration is to have prosperity and happiness in continuity. There has to be continuous. We all aspire for happiness and prosperity continuous, and happiness is to be in the state of harmony, and prosperity is the feeling of having more than required physical facility. Now, if you take up certain reflections here, these are some of the prevailing notions of happiness. Owning or accumulating physical facility. Physical facility is required, but it does not suffix for human beings. So I was also mentioning that only physical facility will not give us happiness. We need right understanding and also relationship. So dependence on physical facility can't be continuous. So if we are dependent on physical facility, it is not continuous. Sometimes we may have, sometimes we may not have. And also pleasure from favorable sensations like sound, touch, form, taste, smell through the body. This is also not continuous. So dependence on sensation also cannot be continuous. So we can't always go for a good taste or a good form or a good touch, which is sensed through the body. It is not continuous. So next is some attention and appreciation, that is favorable feelings from others. This is also not continuous, which is dependence on the other. All the time we may not be appreciated, all the time we may not get attention. So favorable feelings from others. Today somebody is appreciating me, tomorrow they may not. Since I got used to the process of getting appreciated, so I should not always think that it is every time I'm going to be happy because always people are appreciating me. So attention, appreciation, favorable feelings from others, they are dependent on the others, they are also not continuous. So some prevailing notions of happiness is so pleasure from favorable sensation is also not continuous. Dependence on physical facility is also not continuous, and dependence on others in the form of attention and appreciation is also not continuous. So sometimes you will have happiness, sometimes you will have excitement, sometimes you will have unhappiness, sometimes you will have depression. These are some of the prevailing notions of happiness. So some prevailing means of escape from unhappiness. So I just made a mention. I just told you here. I made a mention that what is that? I said happiness is to be in harmony here. Happiness is to be in harmony, and unhappiness is to be in disharmony. So unhappiness is to be disharmony. Some of the prevailing means of escape from unhappiness or depression is overeating. Many of us do this: oversleeping and consuming alcohol, drugs, violence, suicide. All these are some of the prevailing means of escape from unhappiness or depression. So we should actually try and explore ourselves. We should actually, look into the proposals and verify based on natural acceptance, and we should try to transform the unhappiness into happiness. That is something which all of us have to explore rather than escaping from unhappiness or depression. So there has to be a transformation. So excitement and escape is not happiness. So you are excited. I just told you the professor was excited when he said, when he got to know from the maid's husband that he will be getting half of that 1 crore rupee. He had a heart attack. And similarly, all the time the match is winning, you don't have that kind of excitement. So excitement and escape are not happiness. So what is happening here is, so you are this temporary, these are all the temporary excitement which you get from physical facilities, or receiving favorable feelings from others, be in the form of attention or appreciation. So this temporary excitement or temporary escape from unhappiness, that is running away from unhappiness by overeating, oversleeping, consuming alcohol or drugs. So we have to actually come out of this. There has to be a transformation. So transformation from animal conscious to human conscious again. So animal conscious is all escaping away from unhappiness or excitement, which is a temporary happiness from outside, be it in the form of sensation or which is coming from the receiving favorable feelings from others. So temporary escape from unhappiness and temporary excitement, there has to be transformation or development, and it has to be transferred into continuous happiness, which is nothing but human conscious. So I think this we have to explore. All of us have to explore. and we have to just see, and then we have to reflect on this and see how exactly we are actually, trying to transform ourselves. This is what I just wanted to say for the first few minutes. Now I'll move on to something really interesting again in today's session. Professor Bilal, can you see my screen share? I just shared another screen. Are you able to see?
Is it a
Hello?
harmony in the human being, ma'am?
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Very right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, participants, let's all the concepts which I have given you, or that is proposals rather, proposals. It is for you to verify based on your natural acceptance. Kindly explore. Kindly explore. So, moving on to this, what exactly is this harmony in the human being? So, human being is actually it's as a coexistence of self and the body. So let me come back and tell you this. So the basic human aspiration, we know that it is continuous. We all want to have continuous happiness and prosperity. We know that happiness is to be in harmony. So happiness is to be in harmony, and unhappiness is to be in disharmony. And we have to explore and come out from disharmony to harmony. So if you look at the understanding of harmony and living in harmony at all four levels, that is at the level of individual, at the level of family, society, and nature. So harmony in the human being is self and body. What is the self and body? Harmony in the human beings is about self and body. So you have the human being, and human being self and body. Self means it is I. Self is I, and this I is coexistence with body. So I is coexistence with body. So let's explore further. Let's explore. I want you to be little active in this session, so that you get to know a lot of reflections, and you can actually verify the proposals based on natural acceptance. And probably when you do this, it would bring a lot of contentment in your academic and personal life. So as co-explorers, you can as well share this as an outcome to your students who are the stakeholders during this student induction program. Probably ask them also to explore, so that we can help them also to explore the proposals based on their natural acceptance, so that they also would get some sort of fulfillment in the in life, and they would be moving towards a holistic development, rather than dictating, rather than prescription, rather than do's and don'ts. So all the proposals in my session, it is all based on AICT content, where they talk about proposals. You may not assume it to be true or false, but these are the proposals on which you have to verify based on natural acceptance. So self, coming back to self, self is I, and I am coexistent with the body. So what is that need of the self and need of the body? So what is that need of the self? So need of the self is always to be happy. I think we all agree with this. So need of the self is, we all want to be happy. Happy means we want to be respected, we want to be loved. So this is happiness. Need, the need of the self is happiness. Whereas and the happiness, it should be continuous. We want happiness to be continuous. It's not that only today I want to be happy, tomorrow I want to be unhappy. We don't say that. So we want it to be continuous, and we want to be continuous. And here, if you look at the physical facility is for the body. Physical facility is for the body, and happiness is for the self. Self is, it is me, and I'm coexisting with my body. Existing with the body. This is coexistence. I and body, and body and self. So need is happiness. Happiness, maybe example is respect, love, gratitude, etc. And we want continuous respect. That is in time. So physical facility is food, and this physical facility which is required for the body. Body requires physical facility, that is food, and it is temporary. Temporary means we need 3 times food. We need water 6 to 7 times, and in winter we are wearing different kind of clothes, and when summer comes, we need different kind of clothes. Summer we want all what woolen garments, and we wear sweaters, and once the winter is gone, summer comes, then we wear cotton clothes. So it is temporary. So what is required for the body is temporary. So 3 times food, and then 5 to 6 times water, again wearing different clothes in different seasons, that is all temporary. So the body requires physical facility, that is food, and it is temporary. Whereas the self, I need happiness, and this happiness I want it to be in continuity. That means I want continuous happiness. And then you want continuous happiness, maybe example respect, even while sleeping. So continuous means what is natural, acceptable, and it's a feeling of respect. I want feeling of respect, or you want feeling of respect all the time, even while you are sleeping. Even while you are sleeping. For example, I have gone for sleep and then I'm snoring in the sleep, and somebody in the next room says, "What is this? You are always a disturbance." Then I feel I feel disrespected. So I feel disrespected, and I go to sleep with disrespect. So I don't want that. Suppose if a mother is telling the child, "Today you did something wrong and you will not sleep with me because you are not a good boy." What happens to the child? The child will feel disrespected. So then what happens? That happiness will not be continuous in him. So what we are all aspiring is, we are aspiring for happiness, and it has to be continuous. So my needs are to be continuous. That is, the needs of the feeling, it should be continuous. And needs of the body is temporary. Needs of the body is temporary. And like for example, you see, when I say temporary, even for example, inhaling and exhaling. Not all the time we are inhaling. We are inhaling and then exhaling. We are inhaling and exhaling. There is something called contractions, and these two acts actually, repeat one after the other. So we inhale and we exhale. So this is temporary. Whereas the needs of the happiness is continuous, and it should be qualitative. In quality, the feeling should be qualitative. The respect feeling should be qualitative. Like, that means I will not say that I want 1 kg of respect, I want 2 kg of affection, I want 3 kg of love, I want 4 kgs of gratitude. I don't quantify. This should be qualitative. Quality. It should be quality. In quantity, I should be the self. The self is wanting qualitative. That is feeling. Qualitative in feeling. Whereas in case of for the body, it requires only limited quantity. Limited quantity. Like for example, we are actually when you say quantity, we are actually calculating per month how much food we require, how many clothes we require for a month, how many clothes we require for a year. The country requires how much of food for a year, how much of clothing it requires for a year. So this is the quality of food. It is based on quantitative ingredients. So we talk about say for example, if you are talking about number of houses, number of rooms, in terms of how many rooms should be there. So all this is limited. So when it comes to body is physical facility, and then it is temporary, and it is required in limited quantity. Say for example, you are going to your in-laws house. After a long time you have gone to your in-laws house, and the in-law is happy, and she is a mother-in-law is feeding you with idlis. Maybe you are capable of eating 3, she is forcing you to eat 5 6 idlis. You do not want more. You are feeling and it is too much, and you are getting into disharmony. And what happens, since the food is limited, you get into a disharmony state because you are made to eat too many things. So here the physical facility will suffix for body. Physical facility is a suffix for body. Whereas for self, what is required is the happiness, and it should be continuous, it should be qualitative. Next, the self, the feeling, the qualitative feeling, it should be fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. Right understanding and right feeling. Whereas the body, it requires physiochemical things. Physiochemical things. So all your food, your gadgets, your clothes, they're all physiochemical things. Whereas for self, it should be fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. For example, say that you are going to a friend's house, your friend has called you, and he has served you very good food, and you ate and you enjoyed the food, and at the end of it your friend is telling, "See, I think you got the best food in my house. You will never get this food anywhere. Next time if you happen to want to eat something, you have to come to my house." So it's a kind of a disrespect for me when I hear these words. So my friend is telling me, when you will never get this kind of a taste of food anywhere. So next time you want, you come to me. You will never get this. So it's kind of I feel that it is not a respect. So this this self is actually fulfilled by right understanding and right living. Another example is what is needed. Body needs the food and self needs the respect. Body needs the food and self needs the respect. So many times we see I'm going to my friend's house and my friend is treating me very fondly. So she may not be offering tea or water. So I myself may get up and take it, or sometimes she may also be not offering me. Then I can come out of her house. Or there are instances where I'm in my friend's house. She's not giving me food, but there is a lot of respect. She's talking to me. And second case is she's giving me food and she's not respecting me. So what I'm trying to convey you is this self is actually happiness, and happiness should be continuous, and it is qualitative in nature, and it is fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. Whereas body is nothing but physical facility food, and it is temporary, and this is required in limited quantity. Food is required in limited quantity, and all the physiochemical things are body. Now next, coming back to this one more aspect I want to tell you that. So when you talk about this fulfillment, we see that how 1/4 of our life is going in education. So we fulfill all our fulfillment of all the physical needs. We do it with respect. See, somebody can just throw the food. Our stomach may be full, but if somebody is throwing the food, it's kind of they're treating us with disrespect, and it is not acceptable to us. So the self, we have to fulfill it with right understanding and right feeling. Somebody may throw the food at us, and the body may get filled because body requires food. But when it comes to respect here, we are somebody is throwing the food, so we are not treated with respect. So it is not acceptable. So we need to fulfill the need of self. So need of self goes as the highest priority. See, because we are all earning, we are fulfilling our physical facility with respect to feed to our family members. So we need whenever we are trying to satisfy the need goes, the highest priority goes to the need. So now coming back to one exploration here. So the activity here, activity for the self is desire, thought, and expectation. So what is this? So I told you that the fulfillment for self is done with right understanding and right feeling. Now, say for example, I am sitting in a room where it is summer, and I'm having an AC, and I'm lying on a sofa. It is so very comfortable, luxurious, and somebody comes with me who is in opposition with me. Somebody who I don't like, he or she is there. So I'm feeling little unhappy. I'm not in harmony. So maybe my body is getting all the physical facility because I'm sitting in a room where there is air conditioning, the sofa is comfortable, luxurious, everything. The body has the physical facility, but the self is not, because I'm not liking the company of the person who's in opposition. So I want that person to leave my room. So once the person has left, then again after he leaves, also I'm thinking about that person, still thinking on the in the context of that other person. So that is because I'm not having right feeling with the other. So happiness of the self is not ensured. Happiness of the self is not ensured just by physiochemical things. So this I think we have to explore on it. Happiness of self is not ensured by physiochemical things. So it's only based on right understanding and right feeling. I think we have to explore on this. Even in this workshop, we will be addressing more on self. So even in the family, I just put a reflection last class also. I asked you a question that lack of happiness in the family is due to lack of relationship or lack of physical facilities. So definitely it is not due to lack of physical facilities, it is due to lack of relationships. So we have a schedule for right understanding? Because most of the time is going for acquiring physical facility. We are not having a schedule for understanding. So I think we need to explore on it. We need to explore. So next, coming back to something called activity. Activity here is when it comes to self, the activity is desire, thought, and expectation. Whereas the activity for the body is eating and walking. So eating, walking, again it is temporary. All this is temporary, and also breathing. See, not all the time we are inhaling. We inhale and then we exhale. There is something called contraction and expansion is happening. So there is a heartbeat contraction. There is blood flow in our veins. So there is inhale and there is exhale, and there is expansion and there is contraction. So this eating, walking, breathing, and all this is temporary, because temporary, that is expansion and contraction. Whereas in the activity of the self, we have something called desire, thoughts, and expectations. So desire is we all desires may vary, but we are all continuously have some desires. I want to become this, I want to become that, I want to do this. So desires may vary, but it is continuous. Similarly, the thoughts may vary. Now, all of you sitting in this particular workshop, I think all of you, all the participants here, you are actually having some thoughts is running in your mind. So thoughts may vary, but it is continuous. Thoughts are varying time to time, but it is continuous. So activity here is there will be a desire and there are thoughts, and there is also something called expectations are also there. Whereas for the body, it is eating, walking, breathing, etc. Now coming back to again in time, the self is always continuous, and for the body it is temporary. And then the response for self is by knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. What is this knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling? Let's explore on it. Suppose say somebody comes and tells me I'm not keeping well. Somebody comes and tells me don't go to the doctor. The doctor is a quack. He's a quack. So I will not, myself will not allow me to go to the quack. How is that it is not allowing? It is based on the assumption. So based on assumption that the doctor is not good, he's a quack, it has disallowed. Or somebody tells me the doctor is very good, he gives good medicines and you can get cured very soon. And based on that assumptions or based on the knowing part, I actually go there. So or somebody is coming and telling me, can I pierce a needle to you? I'll definitely not, I'll say no, because I know that it cannot be done. Or somebody is telling that it's a syringe, it has got medicine, and if this is pierced into your body, it is going to be good for you. It is something like vaccination or something, then I will allow. So how these responses are happening in self? All these responses are happening based on knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. Whereas for the body, the response is based on recognizing and fulfilling. So recognizing and fulfilling. Suppose say you are sitting in a home and it is so very hot and you are all perspiration. Perspiration means pasina aa jata hai. So you are sweating. You are literally sweating. So no doubt the air conditioning is there, and you get, because of the sensation. Because of the sensation, what happens? You are actually perspirating. So how this happened? What is the response from the body? It has recognized that it is summer and it is very hot, and then it is fulfilling. Whereas for the self, somebody telling you the doctor is quack, don't go, or somebody is telling the doctor is very good. So by knowing what is happening here is what self is through verification. So when it comes to self, we verify. We simply don't go to the doctor. We simply don't go to somebody who's not good or somebody who's not taking care of us. So the response here is for the self, it has to know, assume, recognize, and fulfill. So this is the coexistence between body, self, and body. Self means I, body means it is the sharir. So need of the self is happiness. It should be continuous. It should be qualitative, which is fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling, and it goes through desire, thought, and expectation. So self, we are all having so many desires. So activities are not daydreaming. Don't assume that activities are all dreaming. They are not dreaming. There's some kind of activities happening. You will have desires. Desires may be different, but still it is continuous. Thoughts may be different. It is continuous, and there is some expectations also is happening. Similarly, it is continuous, and responses we know and we assume, we recognize, and then finally we fulfill. Whereas for a body, it is a physical facility, food, clothing. It is temporary. It is limited in nature. All physiochemical things, food, clothing, they are all physiochemical. So it is eating, walking, breathing. It is all temporary, and it is based on recognizing and fulfilling. So the recognized fulfilling of the body is definite. Recognizing of the fulfillment and body is definite. So the recognize and fulfillment in the self is in the process of knowing and assuming. So if the assumptions is based on knowing, the assumption is right. This is a very nice exploration. If the assumption is based on knowing, the assumption is right. If somebody is telling me the doctor is very good, he will give good cure, then the assumption is right and the recognition is fulfillment is correct. So what is the recognition I have done is correct, and this is called as definite conduct. This is called as definite conduct, which gives happiness and it which gives harmony and it gives happiness. Whereas what is written in red, if the assumption is without knowing, the assumption may or may not be right. So the recognition and fulfillment is uncertain. This is called as indefinite conduct. So I'm going to explore this more on maybe another few minutes. But see, if the assumptions is not knowing, many times without knowing, we try to assume. Assumptions may or may not be right. So the recognition and if the fulfillment is uncertain, then it becomes an indefinite conduct. So we have to explore on this, and we should try and come out from this indefinite conduct to a definite conduct. So this is again for us to explore. Now coming back to this particular context. See, you just look at this. So finally, how do we evaluate? Evaluation of current situation. Now see this, there is a gross misunderstanding. So human being is, there's a coexistence between self and body. Self is I and body is physical facility. So if the self feels that body, self and body's coexistence, and human being need, what is the need of the self? It is a respect, and it should be continuous. So we all aspire for respect. That is a need, and we want the respect to be continuous. It's not that today I want somebody should respect, tomorrow they should disrespect. I don't like that. So we don't aspire for it. So when I say self and body, respect. If you think respect comes from physical facility, that is eating good food, wearing good clothes. If you think it is coming from physical facility, you will start acquiring the physical facility unlimited. Unlimitedly, you will start acquiring. That's why there is an into mark here. So the body, if the body feels the respect is coming from physical facility, the respect is coming from physical facility based on the kind of food we eat and some kind of clothes. Suppose you are sitting with a colleague in the college and then you are having lunch. Every day, if you are bringing very delicious food and everybody is appreciating you, what a food you get, we are not able to get this kind of food. Then internally you feel, it's kind of a respect. My food is actually the kind of food I'm bringing, it is bringing me respect. And you're all wearing rich clothes every day, and everybody is appreciating you, saying that your dress is so very nice. I think it looks like it is very costly. They're inquiring about the dress. They're asking you how much you paid, where you bought this. And this physical facility, the self, if you feel the respect is coming from physical facility, that is food and clothes, this is for you to explore, and you start acquiring it, accumulating it, it becomes unlimited. So there is an into mark here besides these three things, and this leads to what is called as accumulation of physical facility in an unlimited order. And when you go for this unlimited order, it leads to deprivation. You can see this is all, there is an into here. So you can see this, you can think and pause and explore on it. The body, if the body self requires respect in continuous manner, whereas if the body is for physical facilities for the body, if the body, if you are feeding the body with unlimited food, clothing and all, just to get the respect in continuous, it is not correct. And then when you accumulate, when you go for accumulation of physical facility, it leads to deprivation. Now, if you look at this, if you check if you are caught up with this particular loop, so what happens? You are putting more effort for physical. See, you are feeling first feeling of deprivation here. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. When you have this feel, you start acquiring. You are making effort for physical facility by any means, maybe right or wrong or whatever it is. And then once you get that, you are accumulating. Accumulation is equal to unlimited thing. When you get that unlimited thing, again you are not getting that continuous happiness. You are feeling deprivation. I don't have enough. Again, you are making effort to acquire physical facility. You have a lot of things, but again you are feeling deprived. You see, this is a loop. So this is something for you to explore. Check if you are caught up in this particular loop. So this is the gross misunderstanding. So we assume ourselves that happiness today, how to ensure happiness today? So this is a reflection. So check if you are caught up in this loop. So self is not inside the body, it is within the body. Self is I have got one text box question saying that what is self? Is self is inside the body. So it is not inside the body, it is within the body. So self body is materialistic entity, whereas self is coexisting entity. When you say I, self is I, it is a coexisting entity. Body is a materialistic entity. So that means body is materialistic entity and self I is the conscious entity. So I is conscious because we are always conscious that we need respect and it should be in continuous, whereas body is materialistic, it is looking only for physical facility and it is going for unlimited accumulation is lead to deprivation. And when you get the deprivation you start going for you start feeling that you don't have enough, then you are making effort to acquire physical facility, and then you get accumulation, and then this loop continues. So this is something which is for you to explore. This is for you to explore. So this is what I said, and yesterday I had asked you to watch this video. Can I explore on it? Can somebody tell me what was the objective? What did you learn from this particular video? Can I have a few hands raised? Can I have few hands raised? So this video I was talking to you, the what is the video? The video, the story of stuff, the story of stuff by Annie. It's a nice video. I think I don't know if you have explored on it. Can I have some reflections on this? What is that outcome and what is that you understood from this video? Can I ask this to Prasanna Kumarji? Prasanna Kumarji. Can you please unmute and then take up this reflection? Hello? Hello, Prasanna Kumarji? Prasanna Kumarji. Hello? Hello? Okay. Can I have some hands raised so that I can just take up the reflections? What is that what is the exploration you did from this? Can I ask this questions to Dr. N. Bhagyalakshmi ma'am? Hello? 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 Can I take this reflection from Dr. Bhagyalakshmi ma'am? What is the what is this video, ma'am? The story of stuff. Hello? Can you hear me, ma'am? Hello? 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 Yes? I think there's some technical glitch. Ma'am, can you just unmute? Can you please unmute and give me take up this reflection? Hello? Okay. So I think I'll go ahead due to time, paucity of times. So what is happening here is, so the story of this video, story of stuff. So this is actually talking about, you have to create more sustainable and just world. So our, that our current economic system and overconsumption must change. We need to consume less and value more things. If you have not seen this video, kindly watch this and explore on it. There is a lot of meaning behind this. Our current economic system and overconsumption must change. We need to consume less and value more things, and change must happen at the individual level, family level, society level, nature level, corporate level, and government level to produce a equitable and sustainable world. Only then we can have an equitable and sustainable world as possible. So you can see that we are trying to create a more sustainable and just world. We have to change the way you look at all the stuff in your life forever. So you have to look at, you have to change for a sustainable just world. You have to change the way you are looking at all the stuff in your life or whatever you have. So this is something, one of the outcome. I think I want you to explore on this, and you just see how exactly it works. So now I'll take up some reflections. Professor Bilal, are you able to see my screen share? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, I can see, ma'am.
Yeah. What is
We can see.
written there? What is
Self-reflection.
written there? Very nice. Thank you so much. Now, so I come back here with some self reflections. So I'll take it quickly so that we can actually try and understand something really nice today. So I come back here earlier in the just a few minutes back. I was talking to you about self and body. So let's look into what is the harmony in self. Now look at this. So when you say the basic, again, the basic human aspiration is to have a continuous happiness and prosperity, and happiness is to be in harmony. And the program for fulfillment and the human aspiration, we should have it understanding of harmony, and we should live in harmony at all levels, be it self, family, society, or nature. Now I already mentioned to you about this. The self and the body is coexistent, and self is very important. Self is very important. You need happiness continuous. It should be qualitative. It should fulfill by right understanding and right feeling. So through some activities like desire, thought, and expectation, and it is continuous. And the response is by knowing, assuming, and recognizing and fulfilling. We try to explore, and we will verify and see what is acceptable to us. Now, if you look at these activities, now you see this. Say, for example, I want to have a cup of tea. So in a break, I will go for a cup of tea. So this is something related to self. So or preparation. I want to prepare tea and then I have it. So when I say I want to prepare tea, so these instructions are given to the body. The moment I get a thought that I should go have a cup of tea in break, that is made by self. So I want to have a tea in break. It is made by self. And preparing tea is the instructions which is given to body from self. So you can actually ask yourself, are you able to see some imaginations now? Now look at this. You pause and think here. You see this. So you have the activities of self. Activities of self. There are certain abilities. Abilities is desire, thought, and expectations. And this all the abilities are fulfilled through some activities, and this is put together. It is called as imagination. And imagination has two things. One is behavior and work. Now on top I have self, and then bottom I have body. So the information from self is shared to body, and the information from body is transferred to self. So when I want to get a thought that I should prepare tea, that means instructions are given from the self to body. So when I say self, you should actually give your own responses here. So what am I doing? What is happiness for me? Where am I going? What I want to do? So all this is imaginations. So imaginations, they are not dreams, daydreaming. It's actually activities. So imagination is all activity. This should happen. Like for example, I'm imagining what should happen in my life. I should get a bright career. I should have a happy spouse, and I should have a good surrounding. I should have a good husband. I should have a good building. So imagination actually happens day and night. So when you say imagination, when you say self has the ability of desire, thought, and expectation. And this is actually fulfilled through activity, and that activity is called as imagination. Now, example, I want to give you an example here. Say, for example, we have an image of a house. So I want to buy a house. So when I imagine I want to buy a house, my desire is to buy a house. So I analyze this imagination. In the analysis is done in parts. So I have to have a desire, then thoughts and expectation. So desire is to buy a house. Then I start thinking where to purchase the house, whether it is in the urban area or in the rural area, or whether I should go for a 2 BHK house or for a villa, or I should go for a 3 BHK house. So this is a kind of a desire. And then once I get that, have a desire, my thoughts are going. whether I should buy a 2 BHK or 3 BHK. Then based on my thoughts, I'm making a selection. I'm making a selection. That selection is called as expectation. Yeah, I'm choosing. I'm choosing based on my whether it is 1 BHK or 2 BHK. I am making a selection, and that is called as expectation. So how part? How am see when I get a desire? When I get a desire, I'm having an image of a home, imagination of a home. So that is the desire part. So where to purchase? How to purchase? Whether it is urban or rural? Whether the house should be how it should look? Whether it is traditional or it should look modern? So the what whether it is 2 BHK or 3 BHK. So this is the kind of thought. Once I get a picture of a house, which is a desire, then what it is, how it is, that how part is called as thought. So when I get that how part, I have a listing. I have various options, 1, 2, 3, villa, etc. So when I make a selection, this or that, I should buy this or that. Choosing and choosing, that is called as expectation. So that is called as expectation. So the self, which has the ability of desire, thought, and expectation, it is performed through activities which is imagination. So say for example, I want to go for a break for a tea or coffee. So I will select what I want to drink, whether I want to drink tea or coffee. So drinking tea or coffee comes with taste. So I get a desire and I'm thinking what to drink. Thought is whether I should go for tea or coffee. That comes with taste. And based on the decision, so I have an expectation. So I make a selection. Expectation behind that is behind the thought. When I get the thought of drinking tea or coffee based on taste, so when I'm thinking what I should drink, then the expectation is I'm making a selection. I'm choosing. So I'll go for coffee because I like that coffee flavor. So the expectation, behind expectation there is thought, and behind thought there is a desire. And then you have the overall picture, imagination, image of coffee or tea, and that is how you are actually trying to go ahead. So this is something, the activities of self. So sitting, I think I'm sure all of you sitting in this workshop, you are actually having an imagination. Some imagination is running in your mind, which is kind of a behavior or work. Say for example, my husband, he is actually coming from a hectic work, and then coming home, and then maybe something has gone wrong in his office, and he comes and he's trying to react with the wife, and he's trying to shout and angry and all that. So there is some sort of behavioral change, and the wife doesn't even know why this husband is behaving, because maybe he would have had a tug of war with the boss, or something went wrong in the office. So the wife is not aware. So what she has to do? She's cooking and she's still thinking. She's working at home. She's cooking, but she's still thinking why this husband is behaving like this. So every imagination is based on what is called behavior and work. So behavior and work. So this is the transformation is happening from self to body and body to self. Now something which is very important. This was actually asked in assignment 2. I would like to just put to you as a proposal. Now look at this. Now when you say sources of motivation of our imagination, so here again, self is the ability of having desire, and desire, the picture, we put it in the form of thoughts. I should buy this, I should buy that, I should buy this. The thoughts, when you select it, it becomes expectation. So the content of imagination is behavior and work. Now when you look at this, with imagination, we have behavior and work. So when we have a content of imagination, it leads to behavior and work. So we should be aware of our imagination. So we should be aware of imagination. This is an exercise, I think probably we need to take it. We don't want what is going on. We have to have some sort of what do you say, the verification, so that what is acceptable to us, we have to go ahead. Now see this, something, the sources of motivation. For example, we need a new car, we need a new house, we want to visit some tour, and then this is something called content of imagination. All of us have imagination. So the imagination is coming from 3 sources. Number 1, it is coming from preconditioning. Say for example, one source is preconditioning. That means we are assuming something which brings happiness. Preconditioning. This was actually asked, in the assignment too. I think you can explore on this. First source of imagination is coming from preconditioning. That is, preconditioning is we are assuming something which brings happiness. For example, I am thinking that once the lockdown is over, I want to go for a trip to US. I want to enjoy there. This is a kind of imagination which is coming from. This is called as preconditioning. Preconditioning. Another source of imagination is coming from sensation. Sensation, something you get from body, something you are getting from body. I want to feel good, I want to eat nice, I want to feel very nice. So some sensation which is coming from body, something you're getting from body, it is called as sensation. And third is something which is coming from natural acceptance. Natural acceptance is basically, it is based on self-verification. Based on self-verification, on the basis of natural acceptance, that is also one source for imagination. So the content of imagination, the source is three kinds. One, it can come from preconditioning. So you are actually assuming something which brings you happiness. And second is, it is come from sensation. Sensation is something you get from the body. And third is you are getting it from natural acceptance. So the first one, preconditioning, it is a borrowed notion. Borrowed notion. Preconditioning is, I want to, once the lockdown is done and once the I have to go out and go for a trip and all that. So you are getting this. This is a borrowed notion. You are getting from the outside source, and it is dictating me. Outside source is dictating me. That is where it is enslavement. So it is an enslavement. It is, I am a slave. I have become a slave of this particular dictation. So how did I get? Why is that I am telling that after the lockdown is done, I should go for a trip? What is happening? It's that this is coming from an outside source, and the outside source is dictating me. So in the previous session also I told you, you are borrowed notion. Without self-evaluation, if you are borrowing the notion from others, some friend of mine did the PhD in spite of having all constraints. I'll also do it, but it didn't happen with me because I had a constraint of taking care of the child, in-laws, health issues of the in-laws. If you had borrowed that notion, maybe it worked out well for her. It may not work out for you. You are becoming a slave. You became a slave of the outside source. So this is a pre-borrowed notion. So the first one, content, first source, content of imagination is preconditioning. So it's an outsource, a pre-borrowed notion. It is an outsource, and the outside source is dictating you, and so you became a slave. I am a slave. Similarly, the sensation. Some sensation came from outside. You be like this, you wear like this, you behave like this. The sensation came from outside, and that is also enslavement, and you are becoming a slave of this. And what is the third one? Third one, something you are doing on self-verification on the basis of natural acceptance. So this is self-organized. This is, see, there is no enslavement which is written in red, which is not acceptable, which is not there for option 3. That is, now I'll give you an example. And just give you an example. A friend of mine who is living in Kanpur, he wanted to meet his friend in Delhi. So he's living in Kanpur and he wants to visit Delhi. He wants to meet his friend. So he actually purchased a car for 10 lakhs. He already had a car. So he drove the car and he wanted to go to Delhi to meet his friend. So after 3 years, he's meeting his friend. And then when he met his friend in Delhi, the friend is telling him, what is this? You are using such a old car. You are using such a old car. You have got such a nice job. And for your status, you should not be using this kind of a car. Why don't you sell the old car and buy a new one? It is not matching. Your status is different. It is not matching. So what is this? You can see this in students also. Nowadays, students buy phones. Every 6 months or 4 months, they are changing the phones because maybe it is for show off or status, or every month they are changing. So this is actually preconditioning, because we are becoming a slave of our thoughts. Preconditioning, because the friend told that for your status, this car is not good. Why should you go for this car? You buy a new car. So this is something called preconditioning. So you have assumed, you are assuming without verification. You are assuming without verification. Now, something like the friend there, and he sees a colorful car, which is very shining. It has got a very good look, and the starting is so very nice. It is giving a sensation, and his the starting sensation is mesmerizing. And this comes from sensation. The car has a bright color, the inside seating, decoration, the architecture, and decor is so very good. So starting sensation is mesmerized. The pickup is very good. It has got a good pickup. The car is shining. This is all coming from sensation. When he sees a car of this kind, again he is becoming a slave of this. So slave of this. Third, instead of the sensation, third, a natural acceptance. So we can explore on it and saying that why do I need a car? Already I have a car. Why do I need a car? So it is good enough. Though it is 3 years old, it is good enough. So government has told me that I can use one car for 15 years. So already it is 10 years. So I can for another 5 years I can use the car. I don't need a new car. Buying a new car, it is not serving my purpose. It is not serving my purpose. Like this, if you do self-evaluation, what is happening is, on the basis of natural acceptance, you see your decisions will be right, and you will get contented, and that leads to continuous happiness. So this is what is the sources of imagination. Now this is something for you to explore. Are you imagining based on preconditioning? Because somebody told, the friend told, buy a your car is old, buy a new car, this is not matching with your status. And your friend also told, see, this car is so shiny, see the interiors, it has got a good pickup. And then you got when you started the car, when you sat on the driving seat, the sensation itself was mesmerizing. And the sensation was so good, so you wanted to buy. This came from sensation. Third is, why do you if you do the self evaluation, why do I need a car? So already I have, and it's going well, and I don't, it's not serving my purpose if I go for a car. So one more example I want to cite it here. There is an electrician, and electrician, the income of electrician, and he has a friend who's a mason. Mason means somebody who constructs a house, builds a house. And the mason has constructed a two-storied building. And this electrician has two kids, and the children of electricians are asking, what is this? The mason has got a low job, and he's such a low profile person, but he's already constructed two-story building. And you are an electrician, and you have a status in the society, you have a good job, good salary, but you're not getting a home like how this mason has done. And your job is worthless, you don't have status. So children are talking like this to the electrician, who's the father. So looking at this, what the electrician did was, he constructed another 5 rooms on top of his house. Already he has 5 houses below, 5 rooms. He constructed another 5 rooms. Totally it became 10 rooms. Just because the children told, with some sort of preconditioning, saying that the mason, the person who constructs a house, has a better living than you. So the father started constructing another 5 rooms on top, and then in this process he lost all the savings. So what happened, in the days to come, the son grew, son left abroad, he got a job, he left, and the daughter was married. And the electrician was, and his wife, they are very afraid, because 5 rooms on top, 5 rooms below, such a big house, and they don't know what to do. Then what happened? No, this is all due to preconditioning. This is all due to preconditioning, because the children told, comparing with somebody, it became a preconditioning. Then similarly, another family, somebody said that in the metropolitan city like Bangalore or Mumbai, such nice houses are there. They are all, architecture is so very good. Why should we stay in a village? Let us sell the village property and let us buy a house. This thought came from sensation, the look of the house. See the apartments and the kind of facilities, then a house and everything. So why don't we sell off the house which is there in our village, so we can go back to the city, and then we can live there. So what happened? This is a kind of, again, a enslavement which comes from sensation. So instead of going for preconditioning and sensation, if you self-explore, if you go for natural acceptance, somebody feels, why do I need a house? I already have a house. So when you verify and see, The whatever money I have, I can be in harmony. I can share that with my relatives. I can have a peaceful life. Why do I need a new house? Why do I need a new house? I already have it. So you have to explore. You have to explore. The source of imagination is coming from where? Where the source of imagination is coming to you. Is it from preconditioning or from sensation, or is it coming from self-evaluation? So where this source of imagination, you have to trace yourself from where your imagination is coming. So if it is preconditioning, you are becoming a slave of it. If it is from sensation also, you are a slave of it, and then you have to self-verify. Somebody is wearing a good dress and you see that and you start buying that, and maybe you are becoming a slave of some of the outfits, and then that becomes an enslavement. If you evaluate, you may think maybe the dress doesn't suit me, or I already have many things and I don't require, I need not go for that particular dress. So I want to give a small pause here, pause and think which one, what is your observation on this? I want some explorations on this. Can I see some hands raised? Professor Bilal, can I see some hands raised? I want one reflection here, some observation. What is that you think? Your imagination is where? Is it preconditioning or sensation or a natural acceptance? Can I have some hands? Can I have some hands?
Professor
Hello?
Bhagyalakshmi ma'am is raising her hand, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Please go ahead. You please unmute and give me your thoughts. What you feel about this? Imagination is based on preconditioning or sensation or natural acceptance. Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, you're audible.
Mine is purely on preconditioning, ma'am. My imagination is always, according to my imagination, I'm explaining this. Preconditioning, what I need and what I'm expecting to do and what the things I need in future. I'm always imagine in that way only. So, and moreover, and after that, whether it is naturally accepted or not, it will be think later.
Okay. So that means to say, when you say precondition, it is a borrowed notion. Like I just now told you, somebody told that why are you using a old car? You can actually buy a new car for your status.
Yes.
Get to hear many things in our life. For your status, you should not be you should not be using this old car. Then that borrowed notion automatically comes to us, and that is called preconditioning. But again, you have to explore on this whether it's giving you continuous happiness and prosperity if you go for preconditioning, and if you are buying something on sensation. And finally, when you evaluate proposals based on verification, based on your natural acceptance, whether it is giving you happiness and prosperity. So anyway, you have shared your thoughts. It is for you to explore. Maybe you can just look at it and you can see if you evaluate properly and the proposals, and if you verify, probably something which is naturally acceptable will give continuous happiness and prosperity. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let me move to the next content.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me move to the next content here. So this is what is I was talking now. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now look at this. What is happening here? Now see. Before this, I just want to give you a small example. Here, I mean, I have exceeded my time for some time. Maybe another 10 minutes. Kindly bear with me because this is really needed. It was given yesterday also. Just be with me so that I can just finish it. So we all know that 2009 there was a recession. 2009 there was a recession. So during that time, what happens? During 2002 and 2003, there was a good amount of students got a job. There were a lot of opportunities. All the students got good job, good salary, and they had high pay package. And then they actually, based on their pay package, they married the girls in a wealthy family by showing all their credentials, and they also booked their houses, and then they purchased houses, they purchased cars, they had a huge EMI. And suddenly this happened in 2002 to 3. Suddenly in 2009, when there was a recession, and many of them lost the job. So this came out in the news also. Many of them lost their job, which led them to depression, and many of them had to surrender their houses. And there was also a lot of divorce cases also, because they based on their job, they had married the girls, and they were they had to divorce them based on because some preconditioning they had done. Based on preconditioning and sensation, they had married, and they had to separate from their spouse, and this is the state of problem. Now find when the for them the imagination was coming from where? It was from preconditioning, sensation, or natural acceptance. So because of this is something which happened. It is something very truthful. This information is. So if you are actually going for preconditioning or sensation, maybe you may not land up with continuous happiness and prosperity. Maybe this you have to explore. Similarly, when you go for a party, maybe you want to wear exotic dress, costly dress, because maybe you feel that if I dress well, I get a lot of respect. So when I get dress well, I get a lot of respect. This you have to verify. This you have to verify and see whether by wearing a rich dress, whether you will get a lot of respect. So this is true or not, you have to verify. So, or you should think, what do you do to get respect? So this is again a preconditioned notion. If you think that by wearing a nice dress I'm going to get respect, this you have to explore. Now this is a content of imagination in the self. Look at this. So first, natural acceptance. D is continuous happiness and prosperity. Is it like this? So D1 is for individual, D2 is for family, D3 for society, and D is for desire. So natural acceptance, your desire at yourself, family, society, and nature. Then if the desires are happy, then your thoughts will be good at all levels, 3 levels, all the 4 levels. If the thoughts are good, and if the thoughts are good, then your what is the third one? Third is your expectations. Expectations will also be good. So D is for desire, D is for thoughts, and then expectation. So you are desiring, you are having an image of a house, and you are thinking whether it is 1 BHK villa or 2 BHK. And then when you make a selection, that is called as expectation. That is called as expectation. So you have a desire, and then the desire is taking you to thoughts, and that thought, the outcome of the thought is expectation. So D is continuous happiness and prosperity. Or is it like this? Is it like this, or is it like this? It is for you to explore. Now, based on preconditioning, what happens? You have so many desires, and then the desires are taking you to thoughts, and thoughts for expectation. So you have, say for example, somebody said that I want to acquire unlimited wealth, and I want to die in salvation. Somebody said like this: I want to acquire unlimited wealth and die in salvation. This is a very contradictory desire. So how this unlimited wealth has to be acquired? So this is something called a contradiction. So the desire itself is self-defeating here. So desire is self-defeating. If the desire is self-defeating, thoughts are also self-defeating, and expectations are also defeated. That means there is a question mark here. Desire itself is defeating here. When you say you want to have unlimited wealth, when you say unlimited wealth, you are again in the loop. I showed you the loop. When you are in want unlimited wealth, you start acquiring it. You are never happy, and you start acquiring it in whatever means it is, maybe in the wrong ways also. So you acquire, and again you are not happy. The loop continues, and this is something called as a contradiction. So, and then the desire itself is self-defeating, and all this D1 to DN, their consumption, profit, name, fame, sensual pleasure, and knowledge, all these are also defeating. So you have to explore and see. Do you want like this? Is it like this, or is it like this? So there are two charts here: content of imagination in the self, and content of imagination in the self. That is, one is through self natural acceptance, and second is through preconditioning. Now, if the state of the imagination, you see this, if the imagination is random and disorganized, it indicates a state of confusion. You see this? Many of these imaginations may be contrary to each other and contrary to the natural acceptance. So you see this. If you observe carefully, we realize that we have accumulated a lot of desires, which is resulting in numerous thoughts and expectations. So harmony in the self is realized when there is no contradiction in the imagination, and all imagination is accordance with natural acceptance. If there is harmony in the self, if there are no contradictions, in your imagination, then it is naturally accepted. Here there was a lot of contradictions in the imagination. You are telling that you want to go for unlimited wealth and salvation of death, and then you want to acquire this through wrong means. Then the very purpose, your desire itself is self-defeating. When the desire is defeating, your thoughts are also defeating. So what happens here? So there should be harmony in the self. If it is realized, then there are no contradictions. So imagination should not have any contradiction. If imagination is not having any contradiction, your desires will be correct, your thoughts will be correct, and your expectations will be right, and all imaginations will be in accordance with natural acceptance. So this is what you have to explore. You have to pause and think and explore what exactly is the state of imagination. Now here, state of imagination, if you see, this is something again I told you, the force or the power is through preconditioning, then one is second is through sensation, and third is natural acceptance. So what is the third one? The natural acceptance is the intention. This is the intention part. So the sensation is nothing but the competence part, what you are. The sensation is the competence part. So what you are, suppose I want to wear this, I want this, I like this color, this car is very nice in color, I want to buy this, some sensation, seeing the color and seeing the pickup speed and all, I want to buy a car. So this is called as competence, what you are. Whereas if you naturally accept, that is called intention. So your intention part is the natural acceptance, and then the competence, the sensation, something which comes from sensation, it is the competence part, what you are. So regardless, this is what exactly is about the state of imagination. So I will just conclude with this by saying that harmony in self is equal to, it comes with desire, thought, and acceptance in accordance with the natural acceptance. So what is the final thought process here is right understanding to be ensured in the self. If you have right understanding in the self, it will be guided in the content of imagination, and it will be guided by right understanding, so that your behavior and work will be good. So right understanding to be ensured in the self means you should have natural acceptance. That means your intention should be good. A natural acceptance based on the proposals, verify it, whatever is naturally acceptable, you should use it. And then also competence, what you are, it should be based on your competence also. So finally, this will lead to happiness. Happiness is nothing but to be in the state of harmony. So this is what is the exact meaning of harmony in self. So right understanding you should have, it will be ensured, and then you will be guided with content of imagination, and happiness to be, it is to be in the state of harmony. I think this exercise was given to you yesterday. I think you can explore on this as yesterday's assignment about self. You make a list of your desires, find out what is the source of the desire. Is it coming from preconditioning or sensation or natural acceptance? You can go through this. To sum up, this is what it is. Self has activity of desire, thoughts, and expectations. Together it is called imagination, and this is going on continuously. Behavior and work is an expression, it's an outcome of imagination. Imagination is motivated by preconditioning, sensation, or natural acceptance. So desires which are based on natural acceptance, they lead to harmonious thoughts and expectations. Then there will be harmony in the self. This is the state of self-organization. This is the state of happiness. In this state, the behavior and the work is also mutually fulfilling, and this is conduct is definite. Okay. In case if the desires are based on preconditioning or sensation, it may lead to contradiction, because I have borrowed notion from somebody. So contradictions will be there in thought and expectation. This is disharmony in the self. This is the state of enslavement, because you are becoming a slave. You have borrowed the notion from somebody, and this is a state of unhappiness. In this state, you can see your behavior and work may or may not be mutually fulfilling, and this is a conduct. This conduct is not definite. So these are some of the concepts. Now this is what is the part of my session for today's. I have taken some time, maybe because I wanted to finish it. So tomorrow's session, I think I will be dealing with the last two aspects. One is the family, and second is a little bit of society, and last is nature. So I will take up this session tomorrow and I will try to touch on this. Thank you so much for being with me, and my request to all of you is kindly explore. So all the proposals which are given, they are all proposals. You have to verify on your own acceptance what is good and what is right. Thank you so much. Over to Bilal.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such an insightful and informative session. I would just request Dr. Gabriela from Department of English to give a brief overview of today's sessions.
Hello, hello, Professor Bilal.
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
Professor Bilal.
Yeah. Tell me, ma'am.
Yeah, can you just continue? There is a pause. There is a pause. So please continue.
Yeah, ma'am is here. She's continuing.
A very
And
warm
kindly
good
share
afternoon.
the assignment so that
A very warm good afternoon to everyone. So this is Dr. Gabriela Sabatini, Department of English, and I would like to give you the review, general review for the fifth and sixth session on day 3 will be highlighted
ma'am,
now.
your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Hello.
Okay. So I sincerely thank Professor Anil Kumar Joshi and Professor Kali Kunisa for the productive and informative session on universal human values in life. So in this fast-pacing world, there is a communication gap between the lovable ones, between the family members, and that is all because of disparity between the family members, and that is due to the lack of trust, continuous work, and lacking of trust is a root cause for all the family problems. And how can we eradicate it? We can eradicate through the you know family actions, family values. What are they? And that includes honesty, integrity, togetherness, caring, respect, supportive, and generosity. Basically, understanding harmony in the society requires connectivity, feeling towards society, feeling of assurance, trust, and fearlessness in social web. The factor of loneliness is caused by the lack of trust. Ultimately, we human beings should have the following comprehensive human goals: right understanding. And that right understanding can be achieved through value based education. Prosperity. And prosperity actually develops and grows. Fearlessness in life has to take decisions. Coexistence with the nature is even more important for the comprehensive human goals. Coming to next, Sir has concentrated more on justice and universal values. As a human being, it is our duty to adapt universal values such as trust, respect, affection, care, guidance, reverence, glory, gratitude, and love. So, when a person follows all these universal values, then that individual become more humane and optimistic. And Sir has beautifully talked on the differences between trust, intention, and competence. The connotation of respect had been clearly explained and which is pivotal in human life. The importance of silence values includes truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence, which again plays a primordial role in the state of a human being. And the session was concluded with the 5 dimensions of a synergetic life, which is even more essential in the human life. The session 6 was all about the differences between the happiness and unhappiness, was very well explained by Professor Kali Kunisa. So happiness is projected as harmony and unhappiness is projected as disharmony. As a human being, for the comfort zone, that particular person has to come out of the state of disharmony, which is definitely not naturally acceptable. Happiness and excitement are two different things. As a human being, continuous happiness does not give excitement in the human life. The feeling of more than required human facility, then the human being will not be stable at all. Dependence on physical facility cannot be continuous. Dependence on sensation cannot be continuous. Favorable feelings from others cannot be continuous at the same time. Human beings have prevailing means of escaping from depression. And how they do escape from their depression? By following the unhealthy means such as overeating, oversleeping, alcohol, drugs, rather than the individual has to explore the temporary excitement and the temporary escape from unhappiness, which all the more the human beings have to explore and transform oneself from animal consciousness to human consciousness. And coming to next, ma'am has concentrated more on the needs of the self, which is more important than physical facility, which should be continuous, qualitative, and to be fulfilled. The recognition and fulfillment in the self is on the basis of knowing, exploring definite and indefinite contact. And the outcome of self reflection on the activity and ability of the self and body was very clearly explained by ma'am. And the abilities are desire, thought, and expectations. The information from the self is transferred to the body and body to the self. Imagination is an activity and it has to be fulfilled by the self and the body. Natural acceptance, preconditioning, intention, sensation, competence were beautifully described and discussed by Professor Kali Kunisa. And once again, the session, I would like to sincerely thank Professor Anil Kumar and Professor Kali Kunisa for such a thought-provoking session and wonderful session has given us. Thank you so much, and over to Bilal sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Just a gentle reminder to all the participants. First of all, I thank all the participants for their patience and continuous support and joining us every day without fail. I can see the consistency and people are even attending the assessments. So as we told earlier, that we'll be having assessment at the end of every day. So the same assessment for day 3 is being shared in the chat box, and the assessment is also shared in the WhatsApp groups. Hope everyone is in the WhatsApp group. So if anyone is not in the WhatsApp group, can please raise hand. I'll help them out to join the WhatsApp group, as all the updates regarding the sessions, regarding the assessments will be shared on the WhatsApp group only. Fine. Let's conclude for the day. And Dr. Kiran, you can unmute, sir, if you want to speak. Mr. Kiran, Dr. Kiran B. Kamaji, sir. You may speak, sir. You can even write your query in the chat box. Unable to speak. Okay, so you can just we have allowed from our side. I think there's a problem from your side. You can just write your query in the chat box so that we can answer your query. if people are having any query regarding joining of WhatsApp group or assessment or anything like that, I have dropped my phone number in the chat box. You can just text me on WhatsApp, or you can even call me so that we can help you out. Professor Kiran, if you have any queries, you can directly contact me. We'll surely help you out. And regarding the feedback and the certificate, as told earlier, the feedback as well as the certificates will be issued after the validatory session on day 5. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Professor Khaliqunnisa. Thank you Dr. Gabriela. And thank you all the participants. Thank you. And we'll be meeting on the same time at 10 a.m. tomorrow.